The new batsman is in to replace Gareth Delaney. Likes to play attacking. 30 matches, 572 runs, 24 sixes, 250s. And love that strike rate, 138.16, almost around the 140 mark.
Well, that's right. Yesterday, both these guys, Delaney and Balbirnie, did bulk of scoring for the side. Angling this one inside, onto the leg. Played it with soft hands, got a single, got off strike. Let's have a look at it again. That wicket of Paul Sterling. What a beautiful delivery. Bang on the money. Right there. Played the wrong line. Was expecting the ball to come in. The ball just swayed out a little bit, just wee bit, enough to get to the stumps. A dot ball to finish the over. 1 over gone. It's 3 for 1.
Center.
Although if Pankaj turns up for all the games, maybe
Right up over.
Three for 1. In the first over, Nepal has started really well. Picked up the big wicket of Paul Sterling. Jitendra Mukhia now playing his 6th match. Picked up 4 wickets. That economy is really, really impressive. 6.23. Bowling in the power play, and if your economy is in that range, I think you've done really well for your side.
Not just the power play, he bowls in the death as well. So anything below 7 is brilliant.
Down the leg side, will play towards the square leg, will get a single.
Nepal would be loving the start they have got. They have seen the back of Paul Sterling, the most impactful player for Ireland in T20. It's such a big wicket. A similar kind of field for Jitendra Mukhia as well. A slip, 4 fielders on the offside in the circle, two on the leg side in the circle.
Good piece of fielding there. Will be a single. So they're dealing in singles, and rightly so. There's no need to go all hammer and tongs. Settle yourself in. Played it with soft hands towards gully. 5 for 1. Ireland.
There's not a lot. That's the camp. The Nepal camp conversating with Ireland players. There's not a lot in this wicket. We've seen it in the first match. It's a brilliant track to bat on. Slightly on the slower side. But Ireland would like to take their time in. Assess the conditions. It's overcast conditions, mind you.
Delaney 2 of 3. It's a very good over again from Nepal. 2 runs so far in this over. Sandeep Lamichhane, the young skipper. His first series as a skipper. Leading edge will get a single. He's a very, very interesting character. Sandeep Lamichhane has played literally all around the world. And a lot of his captaincy, the field placements, the bowling changes is inspired and picked up from all those leagues that he's played all around the world.
A lot of information that he's accumulated over the past 2-3 years. A lot of franchise cricket. He plays in India, he plays in Australia. I'm not sure if he plays in Pakistan as well. He plays in the Caribbean as well. There's a change in field. The slip has been dropped. Third man brought into the circle, and long off has been put back.
Square leg will come into play. Single. What he's doing is, by creating those field changes constantly, he's keeping the batter wondering. Every single time you see Sandeep Lamichhane, he won't keep an over without any field placements or field changes. He does that. He does that on purpose. And that makes the whole gameplay setup very, very interesting. He keeps the batter wondering.
He does that with the bowling changes also. We have in the previous 2 games, we have seen as many as 4 or 5 bowlers bowling in the power play.
A dot ball to end the over. 2 overs gone. It's 7 for 1.
You need a slip? No? Yeah. That is changing the bat.
He's got a wicket. Why would he change this?
No, we're just changing. We're Garrett's changed his bat today.
I believe it's going to be Kamal Singh Airy, continuing from the Oman LNG end. He's picked up a wicket in the first over, and that too of Paul Sterling. How can you take away the ball from him?
Well, rightly so. Started off really well. Gave a great start for Nepal. It'll be Balbirnie on strike. Good pickup shot, and that will be into the fence. 1 bounce, 4 runs.
Very well done.
Love the intent of Balbirnie. Not afraid to play shots. Looks to attack. This one is slightly sliding down the leg on his pads. And Andrew Balbirnie looks to help it on its way through the mid-wicket region. 1 bounce 4.
This time it's over the infield. Mid-off fielder will have to give it a chase, but the ball will win the race. 4 runs again for Balbirnie.
Very well done. Very well done.
A very relaxed camp there, Ireland. They know they are one of the favourites entering the qualifiers. Slightly coming ahead. Playing on the up over the mid-off fielder. What a player is this? Captain setting the example.
Again played it straight. The long on fielder will cut it. What he's done is he's definitely put Kamal Singh Aire on the back foot. And he had to do it because Kamal Singh Aire is coming from the first over, a very successful first over, where he picked up the big wicket of Paul Sterling. He would be riding high on confidence, but you shake him off. You just put him on the back foot by hitting a couple of boundaries. Now you'll see Kamal Singh Aire might just be psychologically on the back foot.
That's slapped hard with a straight bat. Almost looking for a boundary. Good fielding there at mid-off. Cutting across. A single nonetheless.
Let's have a quick look where all you can watch the live stream of this. In India on fan code, Nepal YouTube/OSR Sports. A swing and a miss. It was a low full toss. Missed an opportunity, and he knows it. He knows this is a poor delivery. This one should have been smacked right over the Oman Cricket Academy building.
Was it the slow one? Knuckleball. That was the knuckleball. Dipping in at the last moment.
Well, yes, you saw it in the replays. Balbirnie couldn't see it in real time. Again, a similar delivery. He'll be looking at the umpire to check if the height was all right. Yes, says the umpire. 3 overs gone at 17 for 1. Alright, so 3 overs, 17 for 1 Ireland. Delaney 4 of 6. Balbirnie has quickly rushed on to 11 of 8, which included 2 boundaries in the previous over. Jitendra Mukhya, back of the length delivery.
In the previous 2 games that Nepal has played, there was a lot of changes that were made in the power play. This time, the captain looks to keep it simple.
Those 2 boundaries that Balbirnie hit. Very comfortable he looked. That pick-up shot towards mid-wicket. 17 of 1. 17 for 1, beg your pardon.
Yeah.
In 3.1 overs. Jitendra Mukhya and Sandeep Lamichhane now making those field changes. What happens when you do that? You take a lot of time. And in international cricket, time is of essence. You need to finish your 20 overs in the stipulated time frame. And I think the field changes that they've been making would be eating up a lot of time. You place the fielder on the leg side, I'll play it on the off side. That's exactly what Delaney did. Step down, crash it towards the cover boundary, 4 runs.
You cannot be giving room to a man in form. Obviously, Delaney is here to attack, and that's what he has done all through this quadrangular series. Stepping down the wicket, crashing it through the cover region for an easy boundary. If the protection is on the leg side, you have to be bowling within the stumps, closer to his pads. You cannot be giving him room.
Rightly mentioned there. You have 2 boundary riders on the onside. Deep square leg and deep mid wicket. And the bowling line is almost a second, third stump outside the off stump.
I'm a big fan of Sandeep Lamichhane. I've been following him for a while. But I have a very interesting question to ask you, Neil. It's one thing to play a lot of international cricket, franchise cricket, but he's never been a part of that think tank group. So how difficult is it to come into the captaincy position of your national side, especially when you're traveling a lot around the world?
Very interesting question. We'll come to that after this delivery. 22 for 1. Makes room and dispatches this one. They're making absolutely a mockery of this bowling lineup that Nepal has produced. 4 runs of this one as well.
When you're used to playing 140s, the speed of 125, 130 gives the batsman a lot of time. And this is the captain, the man in form. He's been enjoying batting on these lovely batting tracks of Oman.
Rightly mentioned, Andrew Balbirnie coming in from a successful slow one this time. Will get a single. There's a chance of run out. Directed would have caused some trouble, but not to be so. 10 runs already of this over. 5 deliveries that he's bowled. Let's have a look at that run out chance. He's not in the frame yet. Oh, that would have been out. That would have been out.
That would have been a goner. Such kind of brilliance is what you require when the opposition is attacking you. And I love the intensity of this Irish side. Remember, they lost Paul Sterling early in the previous game as well, and they did not stop expressing themselves. They've played shots all around the ground.
That's right. Straight back, taken, gone. Delaney, he was looking to fire this one straight down. Played it straight in the hands of Jitendra Mukhia, and he completes a clean catch. These catches are not easy. They just stick in your hands if they stick, and you need to have some really good hands to grab them. He's taken that wicket. 4 overs gone, 27 for 2. Let's have a look at this one again. How hard did he hit that? And Mukhia, wow, eyes on the ball, hands in position, and taken.
That's Gareth Delaney, 9 of 10 balls. It's 27 for 2, 4 overs. Love the way Sandeep Lamishane is captaining this side. He communicates well. The exposure that he's got from these franchise cricket, he's converting to the national side. He's bringing a lot of value. The communication, giving confidence to these young bowlers. I'm not talking about the age, I'm talking about their experience.
Avinash Bohra, he was the one who bowled those slow Yorkers in the first game that he played here. Starts with the one which is just slightly back of the length. He's nailing his low Yorkers beautifully. Would love to watch those coming through in some time. Picked up 3 wickets in that game if I'm not mistaken. 25 matches, 25 wickets. An economy of 6.78. Definitely is a wicket taking option for Nepal.
Keeping it very tight there. No room whatsoever. Camphor likes to take his time. 11 matches, 149. 2 sixes, a strike rate of 112.87. He plays the anchor role for Ireland.
That strike rate is my concern, 112. That's his career strike rate.
Back up!
Just tells you that he might anchor your innings, but may not be able to go full throttle if the need be. .29 for 2, and that second wicket was there. Bang in the hand. Get it, Delaney.
That was right from the meat of the bat. Delaney would be more than disappointed seeing Kamal pick up that.
Again a field change. Third man has been brought in. Smacked towards the mid wicket. There's a chase on. Didn't really get enough on it. Sandeep Lamishane, the skipper, will ensure that the ball doesn't cross the boundary. A couple of runs nonetheless.
What do you think about Sandeep Lamishane? I asked you a question in the previous over.
Well, I think all that experience that he's gained is phenomenal. And it works. It's said that if you don't jump into the water, you'll never learn how to swim. What Nepal has done is given him the leadership position, knowing that he has got a lot of experience. And clean bowled! Abhinash, we spoke about him, that he's a wicket-taking option. Right on the top of the off stump. And the skipper's gone. The big man, the big fish.
Keep down.
What an important wicket is that. Right on the money. keeping it tight there as he has done all through the over. You miss, I hit. What a ball is that by Abhinash?
Well, yes, sir. We've seen him do that. Take the pace of the delivery. Andrew Balbirnie, 19 of 13, 31 for 3, Ireland.
Batter in, guys. Batter in. Take the ball. Boys, we are going here. Bas. Middle, please. It's covering him, middle. Thank you, sir.
One last delivery to go.
One to come.
Shane Getgate, 24 matches, 214 runs. Again, a low strike rate. 108. What I reckon Ireland needs is someone coming down the order at 5 or 6 who has a strike rate in a mid 150s or 140s even. There is a Gareth Delaney and Andrew Balbirnie who both have 130s as a strike rates. That doesn't really help. End of the over, 5 overs gone. It's 31 for 3 Ireland.
In your room,
It's a sender. Yeah. Right, I'm over. Yeah.
Well, yes, 5 overs gone, 31 for 3 for Ireland. And to take you through the next 5, we've changed in the voices and commentary box. It's going to be Andrew and Mikhail.
Thank you very much, Neil. And what a start here by Nepal, winning the toss. They've been tidy with the ball. Very good in the field as well. Again, a shy at the stump, so that could have been very close. What a fielding effort over there. He was struggling. Camphor. Andrew. Nepal is very sharp in the field this morning. Look at that pick-up, throw and release. Oh.
Gone for all money, Mikhail. That's the second time a direct hit would have done it. Ireland would have been a rabble. They would have been 4 down inside the power play. If you lose 3 wickets in the power play, you lose around 90% of your games. We've spoken about that before. Nepal, they are right on top. And mainly thanks to this young man, Kamal Singh Airi. What a delivery it was that cleaned up Paul Sterling.
Oh yes, he's one of the high points in the recently concluded EPL as well. Dished out a very fine performance and continues to shine in the shorter format. Kamal Singh Airi. Abhinash Bora, an off-cutter, taking the pace off it, playing rather too early there. Balbirnie, did he suggest that the ball kept low by going down on his knee?
I don't think so. I think it's cut him in half with the off-cutter. He was targeting the shorter boundary, Balbirnie, but he's been cleaned up, hasn't he? All ends up misfield this time. Don't think Pabudu Dasanayaka will mind that, because his side, they're alive in the field and they're attacking everything. They're looking for the run-outs. They're looking for the 4th breakthrough.
And that's what I've liked about Nepal in this tournament. Playing off the back foot, had to put some acceleration, keep your eyes on the ball. That's the question that the coach will always ask his wards.
Jitendra Mukhaya there, trying the one-handed audacious pickup. Would have been another run-out chance though. Ireland under huge pressure. You have to think the pressure, not just on the team as a whole, as they will get through for the overthrow. I don't think that Mukhaya knew that Lamachani was behind him. He didn't need to stick his arm out there. But the pressure is hugely on Curtis Camphor, the talk of Irish cricket yesterday. That slow innings in the middle might have cost his side the game yesterday.
Oh, today he has a reason to maybe slow proceedings down because 3 wickets have fallen, but he can't let the momentum shift once again. Over enthusiasm sometimes can lead to an extra run. Needless throw in the end, but Kamal Singh Airi continues to impress. Nice delivery, just keeping it very sharp into the right-hander. We'll just talk about Kamal Singh Airi. His stats in EPL: 12 wickets in 7 matches, 6.24 economy, second highest wicket taker. What a performer.
And it was the Everest Premier League that provided that platform for Mukaya to get back in, also for Kamal Singh Airi to be selected. Sagar Dakal too was outstanding, and it shows that if you give these talented young cricketers opportunity with the global stage now that the EPL is becoming, it really does allow the young Nepali stars to shine, just like this man. He's a real talent, isn't he? And Camphor continues to get tied up. The end of the power play, 6 gone. It's 35 for 3.
Run, take our
Shabash, Airi! Only Masibat!
2 changes for Ireland today. Andrew McBride, the player of the series in the ODI format against the West Indies, into the side. Barry McCarthy also in. Craig Young and Josh Little missing out. I think that's rotation as much as anything, but Barry McCarthy will be chomping at the bit to show what he can do with the ball. Doesn't feel like he should have been left out after being the leading wicket taker for Ireland against the USA in Florida, but it's going to be a challenge, a trial by spin, and the world-class spin of Sandeep Lamachani now.
And what's more is that he's enjoying this double responsibility of leading the side as well. He's made some fine bowling changes. He's an aggressive captain, and that comes from his personality as a leg spinner as well. He's been an aggressive bowler. The team is on a high, and he'll be eager to get some more wickets and put his team in the driver's seat.
What Shane Getgate and Curtis Camphor have to be careful of here is the wrong one. He'll use it quite a lot. The slip's in place for the leg break, but he'll also bowl that wrong one that turns in to the right-hander. The interesting thing is he's bowling from the Oman LNG end, so he'll get the drift coming across the right-handers, but he's got the shorter boundary on the leg side.
This is exactly what you were talking about, a little too shorter this time for the batsman to negate it towards backwards square. What a pressure situation to be in for Getgate and Camphor. A good opportunity as well if they can see it in adversity right now.
Yeah, and Shane Getgate has long promised so much as a power hitter for Ireland, but he's never really shown it at the international level. He's done it a few times for the Wolves. There's Lakesh Bam. He's on as a sub-fielder right now. Completely tossed up, and Camphor just bunts it down the ground for a single. 3 changes for Nepal. Arif Sheikh, Lokesh Bam and Shahab Alam missing out, but great to see Kushal Bertel back into action.
Yes, he redefined opening batting for them in the side. You get to see a few more changes.
Kushal Malla and Avanesh Bahara also coming back into the team. Paul have really been making full use of that extended 17-man squad they have here, but still no signs of Karen KC. He has a bit of a niggle.
I did see him warming up the other day. He's lost a little bit of weight as well, and he's told me that he's worked really hard on his fitness.
There's Lorcan Tucker, who'll be in, I suspect, at number 6, maybe George Dockrell at 7. The Irish middle order. It's been a real issue for them in this format in particular.
We did see that last evening as well. They couldn't really complete the chase. That's where the problem lies. That middle order not showing enough metal and meat to complete proceedings.
There's the Google. Not sure it was picked out of the hands. Comes off the inside edge of Getgate. He's happy to survive, and a smile from Lamachani. 7 gone. It's 39 for 3.
Only left hand round.
Super stuff from all 4 of the bowlers used so far, 3 of them taking a wicket, and we might see some left arm spin on offer as well. Going to be young Kushal Malla, the youngster, into the team, the all-rounder. Keep your eyes on him with the bat later as well. Hits a very big ball. Good to see him back into the team. His 11th T20I today. We were talking about those problems Nepal were having with left arm spin. They've turned to the youngest of their options today.
Oh yes, they began with Sagar Dakal, who got a debut in the very first game. After that, Shab Alam had an off day, and now it's Kushal Malla. We've seen all of them in the Everest Premier League, and each one of them stood up and rose to the challenge and grabbed their opportunities, and that's why they all find mention today in the international side as well.
Keeps things very simple, very economical action. Won't turn the ball hugely, but he does it quite effectively, Kushal Malla.
In the conventional mold of things, you see him bowling. The age-old orthodox, uncomplicated action, toss the ball up and just drive the batsman, rather entice him forward.
That's what Getgate's known for, hitting down the ground with power. And that's going to be very close to going all the way for 6. He's good when he's hitting straight, Getgate. He gets his first boundary, just 1 bounce and 4 runs to the total.
And that's a very brave shot, let me tell you, under pressure. Field spread out, long on and long off there. But he backed himself this time and played it through the line. Very good shot under pressure.
Well done, boys.
Really was close to going all the way for 6, I reckon, a matter of inches. It's just bounced, but the 2 fielders at long off and long on indicating immediately that it was a 4 and not a 6. Big moment for Getgate in his career today. He never really had a consistent run in the side, but they're backing him to be this middle order power hitter.
Yes, and a test of character as well for this middle order of Ireland, which has been questioned in recent times. There you can see Simi Singh will have a role to play. Lorcan Tucker.
Swept away. Just a little bit of touch this time. Angled in by Malla. Won't go all the way to the rope. Will be a couple. Yeah, Getgate, his 28th T20I today. A high score of just 24. Now, often he's in at the very death of the innings, but those numbers averaging 11, they're not quite good enough. He's got to up them, and he's got a chance for a big score today. Lots of time to bat.
Yes, enough time, but can he get it outside a brisk rate? Sharad Vesavkar. Good effort there. He's a senior pro on the side. If they can lead by example, it's always going to help the team's cause.
Just the 1 boundary from that first over of Malla. Getgate will keep the strike. 8 gone. It's 47 for 3.
Quick chance, boys. Quick chance, boys. Thore, eta. Abi.
So Camphor and Getgate finding a move on, stitching a partnership and just bringing Ireland back into the equation. They're up against captain and a very wily, brave spinner in Sandeep Lamichhane.
Tries to overhit, completely loses his shape. And one thing I love here from Sandeep Lamichhane, you talk about captains leading by example. He's bowling from the tougher end. He's bowling with that short leg side boundary, probably a 50-yard hit to the pavilion with the wind piling in that direction. He's taking the responsibility.
And he's also tossing it up at the same time. So yes, he's looking for wickets at the moment, pretty clear.
Comes into the sky. This could be a chance. Long on comes in. Will it be held? It won't. He doesn't even get there. Sandeep Lamichhane thought that that was a chance. And in fact, I don't think he was ever quite going to get there. I think it's Gyanendra Malla out at long on.
Just thought maybe a dive should have been the best option over there in the end. He did all the hard yards to get as much close to it. Where was the dive, young man?
Googly this time. He's mixing them up constantly. The leg breaks and the googlies. Great to see a young man being entrusted. He is the superstar of Nepali cricket, but being entrusted with that captaincy.
50 up for Ireland in the process in the 9th over. Only if that catch would have been taken, it would have been 49 for 4 and the equation could have been so different.
And he's going to be punished with a slog sweep for 6. He hit just 2 boundaries yesterday, 2 fours. Finally, Camphor breaks the shackles. I'm sure he'll have learnt from that innings yesterday. A good slog sweep for 6. That's brave to play that shot after nearly being dismissed moments ago.
Andrew, you spoke about the shorter side of the boundary that he's bowling towards, and that's exactly where it's been targeted. Very convincing hit. Picked up the wrong one this time and went with the turn and played it comfortably over the cow corner region.
Abbas guys, stop there, bolo.
Lamachani has to go with the googly as much as possible. Get it turning away from the shorter side of the ground. Can't overbowl that googly. This time it is the leg break. Should be a couple. Camphor is incredibly quick between the wickets. Shane Getgate very fit as well.
Oh yes, if it's like the way Getgate has played, he's got a 6 over mid-wicket and he's nicely driven one down the ground. Beg your pardon, Camphor down the ground towards the extra cover region.
That's good batting. Follows up the maximum with a couple, and now a single runs from every ball of that over. 9 gone. The score 59 for 3.
Keep going, boys.
Plenty of action on the main road and plenty of action at the Oman Cricket Academy. The series is in the balance. 3 sides could still win it. UAE are on top of the table at the moment. Ireland in second with 2 points. And Nepal are in the mix as well. Whoever wins today will have a chance to go past the UAE on net run rate. It's going to be very tight.
Oh yes, and in all of it what we've really actually seen is some wonderful talent on display.
Dipender Singh Airi, it's going to be with his off breaks. Just the one over Kushal and Mala, perhaps a little surprising.
Indeed, very surprising. Maybe they're keeping him later, but this was the right time to bring him in and break this partnership. You don't want them to bat longer. You want to get into the tail as early as possible, or at least the lower order.
I wonder will maybe Kushal Mala have a change of ends actually. Lamachani will want to get in from this end of the ground. This could be just the 1 or 2 overs of Dipender Singh Airi. Getgate takes him on. He's got all the power in the world. Has he hit this too high though? He has. There should be a chance at long on. It's taken. And Shane Getgate, as so often has happened in his T20I career, he promises, but he's ended up giving it away. It's a simple catch for Jitendra Mukhaya. The issue there was he hit into the wind. If that was with the wind, it would have gone 20 yards into the car park. Instead, he's been dismissed and the 4th wicket falls.
Oh yes, he got the elevation but not the distance on this one. Did well to get to the pitch of the ball, but because the wind was against him, the ball really didn't travel. Very high it was, and Mukhia kept his eyes on the ball to take a comfortable catch. Another wicket falls here as Getgate departs for 14. It's 60 for 4.
Oh boys, come on boys. Number 5. On the way, boys. Let's do it, boys. Come on.
Lorcan Tucker it's going to be at the non-strikers end. He's in at number 6. Camphor will be on strike. It's the change to the part-time off breaks of Dipender Singh Airi. Everything Sandeep Lamachani touches as captain seems to be working. The change to the part-timer, just his second T20I wicket for Airi.
Master stroke each time, Sandeep Lamachani. But I've liked his aggressive nature towards the play. Lorcan Tucker, a lot of promise and performance in recent times. 7 sixes for him, 2 50s. The strike rate can get better, but he comes in at a very crucial situation.
Were you surprised to see, I know it was a temporary move for Lorcan Tucker as Gareth Delaney was out with COVID against the United States of America, but he did a brilliant job at number 3, the player of the series, and he's found himself down at number 6 here in Oman.
Quite a few changes in the batting order. Maybe you can give us a better perspective into it. Just hurried that one.
Yeah, I just think it's maybe a little surprising. You ask a guy to do a role, he does it brilliantly as the player of the series, his first 2 T20I 50s, he finds himself back down the order.
Just want to give the benefit of doubt because it's a quadrangular tournament at the precursor. As you mentioned, a lot of experimentation happening as well. So this could be one ploy.
Very different role though at number 6 to number 3. The halfway stage of the first innings of the final match of the series will have a commentary change. Ireland are 63 for 4.
Sandy. Yeah.
Thank you, Mikhail. Yes, Ireland in some trouble, 63 for 4 at the halfway mark in the first innings. Curtis Camphor and Lachlan Tucker are the two batters out there for Ireland.
Oh, boy. Boy. Sandy boy. Sorry.
As in comes Mala, the left arm orthodox spinner coming left arm around the wicket. They have their work cut out, these two batters. Camphor and Tucker come in a position where Ireland need their services now than ever.
No run there.
This has been a good spirited effort from Nepal.
Excellent.
Have been exceptional right from ball number 1. They've
big
shown
shot
the
over
right
mid-wicket,
intent,
guys.
great intensity.
Stay alert.
With me in the comm box is Neil. Neil, good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
One
Shoaib.
shot.
A brilliant
Very well
unit
done,
here.
very well done.
Nepal.
Malay.
And their captain. Absolutely inspired performance coming in from him as far as captaincy is concerned. Mala bowling his second over. Ends being changed. Bowling from the Oman tail end. Now bowling from Oman LNG end.
What's that?
Oh, wanted to go for that big hoik. Slog sweep. Missed. Ball stayed a little low. Dot ball.
What do you think, Neil? What is the plan right now? How do they come back in this game, Ireland? What is the target they would be targeting?
But right now they would want to look at a partnership. They'd want to go on till the 15th, 16th over without losing a wicket. First thing first. Gather as many as you can. But don't take unnecessary risks. Once you've reached that 15 over mark, maybe then. Last few over flurry. Wide outside the off stump, trying to drag it down towards onside. Beats me.
Well, had he left it alone, that would have been a wide. But that shows the condition, the mental situation of these two batters. They are under pressure. Need to make sure they don't lose any more wickets.
One.
Slight misfielding. Just be a single there. And that'll be the end of the over. 11 gone at 66 for 4.
Eleven over 66 for 4. And that is a loop shot and straight into the hands of the fielder at short fine leg. Was not required at this moment in time. Poor shot selection. That has been the story of Ireland batting throughout this innings. Nobody to blame but themselves. Curtis Camphor walks back.
Well, that's right. We just spoke about this a while back, that they just need to ensure that they keep taking those singles and doubles. Build the partnership. But look at this. Trying to be unorthodox, cheeky, and eventually hands out a simple catch. That'll be the end of Curtis Camphor. Ireland lose their 5th right at the first delivery of the 11th. 66 for 5.
एउटा अझै आयो भने यता ए हुन्छ ठिकै हो त मैले गरे भने मेरो एक ओभर त गरिसकेको दुई ओभर तिमी र अनि त्यो तीनजना That's all extra.
So the new man in is Simi Singh. Has been around for a long time. Simi Singh, 34 matches in T20, 273 runs, a strike rate of 110, 150. And they need a few more from Simi.
Well, definitely, yes, a very good opportunity for Simi. Get a single there, gets off strike, opens his account. And that's what you have to do, play straight. That's what he did. Played straight, got a single. But over here, probably thinking that, hey, since the fine leg is inside the 30-yard circle, let me try and clear it off.
But Neil, that was the first ball of the over. You need to gauge the spinner, how quick he is bowling, which line he is bowling before you plan that shot. Curtis Camphor totally going on instincts, and that has brought his downfall. Really poor shot selection. That's the least we can say about that.
You're right. Very first delivery of a new bowler. You pick the line, you pick the length, you understand what he's bowling. Instead of that, you go for a premeditated shot. Gone! Trying to step down to Dipendra. You just lost a wicket in this over. There was no need for this. Simi Singh dancing down the track and will have to go and wear his dancing shoes for the rest of the day.
Again, failed to understand the approach of the Irish batters. No need whatsoever to come down the track and play that shot. Completely missing the line of the ball and had no chance of coming back into the crease. Simi Singh will be disappointed with himself, just like his predecessors. 6th wicket down for Ireland. It's 68 for 6.
The last one. Very well done. Sleep 9. 20. Boys. Excellent, yaar. It's landing. Item over, 2 to come. Fix up. Hey, आधी फाली पछाडी पछि जोरले फाल्छु.
So Irie is having a good day at the office. Career best figures for him. Before this, he just had 1 wicket. Now he's got 3 in the same game.
What is really interesting is that he's yet to come and bat.
You're right. Absolutely. Well, we need to talk a little more about the batting approach of the Ireland batters today. Has been completely out of sorts. End of the over. And the score on the board for Ireland is a sorry looking scorecard there. 69 for 6.
The medal, please.
Covering medal.
Thank you.
And that's the scorecard for Ireland. Paul Sterling falling cheaply. Andrew Balbirnie getting a start. Curtis Camphor getting a start. Shane Getgate getting a start. But failing to take the innings deep. And that is something that they need to address going into the ICC qualifiers.
Well done, boys.
Dockrell and Tucker now will have to come in and now create a partnership. George Dockrell, 46 matches for him, 364 runs, a strike rate of 118. All of that is fine. Can he stick around till the 20th?
Well, he should be looking to play the 20 overs, the remaining 8 overs, for Ireland to get to a respectable total. They're a test playing nation, and that tag comes with a price. You need to uphold your position. You need to play accordingly. But today Ireland have failed to show up at Oman Cricket Academy.
A googly there. Quicker one.
Go, George.
And the back foot played it.
Well done. Ball back, come on.
Yonsel will get a single.
Well done, Sandy.
Singles, doubles. Should be all good.
That was a googly. Well read there. Waited for the ball. Playing on the back foot, edged, and will just beat the slip fielder. Will go all the way. Unlucky Sandeep Lamichhane. But they'll take that. Dockrell will take it.
That's right, there's no reason why he shouldn't be happy. A boundary is a boundary. No one's going to check on the scorecard whether it went off an edge. That was a quicker one. Wanted to punch it down the ground. Lucky for him, Dockrell. Slip and get a hand to it. Dot ball.
Sandeep Lamichhane has a very distinct bowling action, but similar to one of the greats of T20 cricket. Has a long run-up like Rashid Khan. Has a very short jump like Rashid Khan, and very quick in the air like Rashid Khan.
Slight turn on that one. Get a single. 13 overs gone. It's 76 for 6.
So Nepal, a very, very impressive bowling effort coming in from all the bowlers. But the pick of the bowlers, Dipendra Airi, just bowled 2 overs, given away 7 runs and taken 3 important wickets, breaking the back of the Irish batting order. Avinash Bora also getting a wicket. He's been given a game. He was rested in the previous game, and as soon as he's come, he's given us an impact performance. Dipendra to continue. Quicker in the air. Nicely bowled. Good fielding. Oh, this Nepal team looks like a different Nepal team from what we saw in the previous 2 games. Yes, they were down and out in the second game, but they've come back strongly.
That's right, Shoaib. A lot has been put forth in this quadrangular series. 4 teams, 4 nations. They'll be going on to play the ICC Men's T20 World Cup qualifier starting this Friday. UAE started strong. Ended up on the losing side today against Oman. Oman, a complete depleted side, losing 2 games, and then an inspired performance coming in on the back of Amir Kaleem picking up 5 wickets in today's game. Ireland has been absolutely an anticlimax of an expectation chart.
Yes, they have a lot of thinking to be done. Ireland would be going into the tournament, into the qualifiers as favourites, but the performance says otherwise. This time a good shot, another risky shot, but they'll get a few runs. Good fielding effort there. Saved a single for sure. 3 runs will be added to the total.
80. Went for a reverse sweep for the ball that was coming right onto the stumps. Only if he had missed it, he would have been caught plumb. Luckily for him, not to be so. George Dockrell.
And that was a good shot because there was no short third man. The fielder there is only on a backward point area. So opportunity was there. And they've taken it. 3 runs added to the total. Good ball. Good comeback from Dipendra.
Nepal has been impressive. They beat Oman, lost to UAE, and now the way they have come through against Ireland is brilliant. There's no reason why one would not want to keep them as one of those top teams that could look at qualifications.
A single taken to end the over. Another successful over for Dipendra. Just 5 runs off it. 14 gone. Ireland are 81 for 6.
Right.
14 overs, 181 for 6. Tucker 7 of 8. Dockrell 9 of 11. It's going to be Avinash Bohra from the Oman LNG end. Picked up a wicket in the very first over that he bowled. Yorker, what a blocker! He is right on the money every single time when he bowls that delivery. I'm sure that back home, every single morning he wakes up, takes a bucket full of balls and starts bowling those Yorkers on a boot and would have been bowling at least 200 of those every single day.
Well, he's the Yorker man from Nepal. Brilliantly done, and he's done that consistently well throughout the tournament. Avinash Bohra. Oh, that was a chance there, leading edge. The wicket seems to have slowed down a little bit. The ball not coming onto the bat, staying low as well, Neil.
That's right. I don't know if there's something to do with last night's rains. An amazing Irish kit. I wouldn't mind getting my hand on that willow.
Oh yeah, it's restricted access.
I didn't really time it. Oi! Right, you need to practice these. You need to practice these. 3 runs there. Could have been just 1, maybe a 2, but then that relay throw. You watch it on the television, looks so nice, but then if you don't practice them, this is what it looks like. Let's have a look once again.
Well, just a bit embarrassing there. A throw which was not expected. They would want to forget that. Good ball on the length. Unusual from Avinash, but very, very effective. Was very impressive in the first game as well against UAE. Got some 3 wickets as well.
Fuller and delivery. Juicy half volley and a boundary. 4 runs coming in for Tucker. You miss the length by a wee bit, it becomes a nice juicy half volley, and that's exactly what has been converted to a 4.
That is why a Yorker is so dangerous and so difficult to be bowling consistently. Just a tad bit fuller. It's either a good ball, a Yorker, or it's a loose ball when you bowl in the slot. So that's how risky it is. That's a better Yorker, straight into the hands of the fielder there. No chance for a run. End of over number 15. And with that, there'll be a change in the comb box as well to take you through. For the last 5, it's going to be Andrew alongside Pranav Mehta.
Kusal. ठीक छ अलि राइटतिर आऊ
5 overs remain. What can Ireland salvage from this innings? It's been all Nepal. They've been absolutely excellent. Well marshalled, well captained, and brilliant trick of using this part-time off-spinner Dipender Singh Airi. His career best. He's bowled with good control, and the Irish batters haven't been able to get him away. He scampers after this one himself, but George Dockrell is very quick. He gets back for a couple.
Thank you so much, Shoaib. Welcome, Andrew. I hope it's been a fantastic day for you. Different colors of Oman, the cloudy day.
Yeah, the most beautiful Valentine's Day. I said at the toss, it's the most special day for Nepali cricket, that historic game against Canada all those years ago. Karen Casey and Sandeep Lamachani becoming the heartthrobs of the nation, getting them over the line in that all-important ODI. But if they can win today, it would be just their second win over a full member nation of the ICC in a T20I. It would be a big moment for Nepali cricket.
For sure, Nepal have been impressive. Very, very impressive. Love the way. Reverse sweep. Tucker looking for a boundary there. Love the way Oman impressed earlier in the day and then followed by Nepal. Ireland and UAE have been the pick of the sides for this quadrangular series. And Oman wins in the first game. Nepal, the favourites in this game so far. What do you think?
I'm not sure Nepal fans are going to agree with you. Dockrell finally gets one out of the middle, gives himself that bit of room, and he opens up the offside, which is the shorter side of the ground. He's hugely improved his power game. He's put on weight, hasn't lost his fitness, but he's gained strength. Look at those broad shoulders, a good boundary for.
A lot of time in the gym. Love that shot. Inside out, over covers. Dockrell, 18 of 16 so far. Ireland would love to get somewhere around 140.
Given the troubles they've had in this innings, 140 would be a good effort, but there's big questions over the batting lineup for Ireland. George Dockrell is in this team as a batter. He very rarely bowls these days, although I think he should be bowling a bit more. Why is he all the way down at number 8?
Probably playing the role of a finisher.
What a catch! It's been Dipender Singh Airi's day here at the Oman Cricket Academy, and that is brilliant. He's the three-dimensional cricketer, bat, ball and in the field. This time it's off his own bowling. You can never get the smile off that man's face, and with a catch like that, you can understand why. Brilliant from Dipender Singh Airi.
What a piece of fielding is that by Dipendra. Look at that. Look at that. A full stretch drive.
Oh, yes.
What a catch. What a catch by Dipendra. Love the way he contributes to this Nepali side. Lorcan Tucker, 15 of 14. Ireland 99 for 7 at the end of 16.
So it will be Mark Adair in at number 9, not Andy McBride. Andy McBride really just playing as a bowler in this side, although he did bat up at number 3 in the ODI series. And you just missed the most brilliant piece of excellence if you're only joining us now. Dipender Singh Airi has taken his career best figures of 4 for 21. As Dockrell goes over the offside, over that favoured extra cover region, he's got enough of it. I think this has gone for a maximum. That's the power that George Dockrell has added to his game. Bahara misses the block hole again, and Dockrell punishes him.
If it was inside out in the previous over, this is inside out again. Look at that. Look at that. Putting in everything that he has. going all the way, hitting the sky247.net signage.
Yeah, just skipping over it almost like a hurdler. But a good shot, and Dockrell has brought the 100 up for Ireland in the 17th over, just giving the men in green a small chance. It's also going to bring about a change in the field because the third man fielder will come up into the circle and deep extra cover will drop back. An interesting field, 3 men in the deep. Deep cover, deep extra cover, deep long off on the offside, and then long on and deep mid wicket on the leg. Dockrell looks to get it into the leg side, but no timing. It's a brilliant slower ball from Bahara again.
And off cutter. Gets the inside part of the bat. Not sure if he's looking to play on the leg side. Look at that catch. Look at that catch. A full stretch drive.
Oh yes. Dipender Singh Airi, you little beauty. Dav Watmore, the former Nepal head coach, said that he was the one he loved of all the players that he looked after and managed so brilliantly during his short time as the head coach there. He said Dipender Singh Airi, Dippy as he called him, the best of the lot. Mark Adair, known as a decent power hitter down the order. And he's going to target down the ground. Doesn't come out of the middle, so it'll just be a single.
The intensity in the Nepali fielders has been incredible today. They've been incredible throughout this quadrangular series. Not to get them wrong, but today has been special.
There's Vikram Nepali, the Nepali physio, just doing a few running repairs. Always good to see. He's a great man, Vicky. Does an amazing job with his national team. Hits the block hole this time and the left boot comes out. He's not passing that to mid-wicket. He was trying to stop it. Dockrell will get through for the single.
Bowling in the block holes, Abhinash. He's hit the block holes quite too often. Our broadcasters all around the world, India, Pakistan, USA, Nepal, Middle East. We are also streaming live in India and Nepal. Rest of the world, it's YouTube and Facebook as well.
Adair just opens up that front leg, takes the left leg out of the way. He's trying to hit towards the leg side, but Bahar has been very clever. He knows that. Hides it away outside the off stump. Adair can only get it into the offside for the single.
Abhinash is filling a finisher's role in the bowling department. Loves to bowl in the death, I think. He's picked a lot of wickets, been very tidy as well.
Dockrell clossed that. And that would have been a spectacular catch. He's ended up grassing it, I think. This has carried to long on. Nepal's fielding's been excellent today, but Gyanendra Malla, he didn't go for the first one at long on off Sandeep Lamachani, and this time it's gone down. We'll come back with that replay. 17 gone. It's 110 for 7.
Ball right arm over.
A life for George Dockrell, and a life that has caused a bit of damage to Gyanendra Malla. Concerning scenes for Nepali fans. I think he's clearly got to this and he's put it down.
I think he sandwiched his hand between the ball and the ground. Look at the intent. Going, oh, just not be able to collect it.
Should have been taken.
Should have been taken.
This standard at international cricket, chances like that have to be taken, and let's hope he's all right. I think it's the main forefinger on the left hand. He does look in a bit of pain. Oh, George Dockrell has just given it away. He's just had a life, and it's going to be 50 T20I wickets for Sandeep Lamachani. He gets to 28, he'll get no more. There's the Nepali captain, the wonder kid, the maestro of Nepali cricket. He's got to 50 T20I wickets in just 29 T20 internationals. The attacking, potent threat that he possesses.
A leg spinner making Dockrell stretch. Would have wanted to go over covers like he has done in the past few overs, but finding the fielder directly at
Dockrell gone for 28. Ireland 110 for 8.
It's a middle. Right arm over, fight to come.
It's all going Nepal's way. Everything they're doing is working, and it's working thanks to their skipper Sandeep Lamachani. He'll have to bowl to Andrew McBride, the player of the series against the West Indies in that 2-1, that historic series win for Ireland over the West Indies. Starts with the googly. Brian has just recovered from COVID and only got into the country, I think, about 48 hours ago, but straight into the side. Hasn't played much T20I cricket in the last 4 or 5 years, just one appearance. But was this a chance?
Close one. Oh, he was nowhere in the screen there. A better throw probably.
Well, Dipender Singh Airi, the day he's had, would you have bet against him? Pulling off the direct hit. He's a brilliant fielder. We've seen that off his own bowling. So nearly affects the 9th wicket. Adair looks for the switch hit. Ireland, they've been run ragged by the associate nation.
Sandeep Lamishane. The brilliance of Sandeep Lamishane as a captain. He's been incredible tonight. And then Dipendra. How much has he responded to Sandeep Lamishane?
He's rotated his bowlers really nicely. He's looked in full control of his side. It's often incredible to think that he's only 21 years of age. He's wise beyond his years, Sandeep Lamachani.
A long-term investment for Nepal cricket. That could be one of the reasons he's been replaced from Gyanendra Mala.
Brian looks for the sweep shot, gets it behind square. Will likely just be a single to the shorter side of the ground. You may be watching on, whether it be in Kathmandu and Pokhara or Biratnagar or Belfast back in Ireland. Wherever you're watching from, you might be thinking this is a huge upset if Nepal go on to win this game. Just big Barry McCarthy left at number 11. He hits a big ball, I can assure you of that. But Nepal are ranked above Ireland in T20I cricket, 12th in the world. Ireland 13th. The two other participating nations in this tournament, UAE and Oman, they're 15th and 17th. It's very tight, and that shows the quality of Nepal, particularly in the shortest format.
They love this format. 3 deep fielders on the leg side.
Mark Adair can survive. A brilliant over from the Nepali skipper. 4 overs, 1 for 26 for him. 18 gone, 2 remain. 113 for 8. Well, would you believe what we're witnessing here? Because Nepal are playing Ireland out of this game, this final match. They might be playing them out of it to the point where they'll be able to chase this total quickly enough to move top of the table and win this Wolf 77 News presents Oman T20I series, powered by Sky247.net. Can they take the title?
For sure, they'll go for the glory. What do you think has been the downside of this Irish innings? What's gone wrong there?
I think it comes back to confused plans around their batting order and what roles those batters are playing within the new setup without Kevin O'Brien. Remember, Kevin O'Brien left out of this side after the T20 World Cup. Harry Tector is here. He hasn't played yet. Outstanding in the ODI format. And I'm not sure they've actually ascertained as to what their best options are. Clearly Paul Sterling, if he goes for a low score, Ireland seem to get themselves into all sorts of bother.
Kamal Airy comes back into the attack to bowl his last over. 1 for 18. Pretty good.
To build on that,
Coming over for
You
you.
think about Paul Sterling, a half century in game 1. Ireland win comfortably. Run out by Andrew Balbirnie game 2. They lose comfortably by 13 runs. Today, it's all looking like Nepal's way. Paul Sterling dismissed for 2. Can't just rely on one batter at international cricket. He's world class, Paul Sterling. Every Irish fan knows that. But you have to have options all the way through your top 6 or 7 batters at least.
I've not been very convinced with the middle order of the Irish team.
And that was Harry Tector there, who's been wearing the subs vest for all 3 games. The perfect Yorker, a little bit of tail in as well, Pranav. Good bowling from Kamal Singh Iree, another youngster shining. Dare looks to hike that across the line. Andy McBride has ended up on his feet. I don't think they're going to run him out here, and that is brilliant to see. Asif Sheikh, take a bow. We speak so often about where the spirit of cricket has gone in our game, and you see it on show there, because Kamal Singh Iree has accidentally tripped up Andy McBride, and I've got goosebumps here in the commentary box because that's a touching moment. It was accidental, but he could have run him out here, and Asif Sheikh has said no. He said he's not going to do it because of the spirit of the game. That's your nominee for the Spirit of Cricket Award for 2022 for the ICC. It's that young man, Asif Sheikh.
Massive respect for Asif there. Surely the correct thing to do.
Big hit as well. He's done the right thing, and then Andy McBride has said thank you for keeping me at the crease. I'll smash you down the ground for 6. Great shot, straight as a die, a really good hit.
54 sixes in this tournament.
Good job.
What a shot was that? A golf swing?
It's a good shout because Andy McBride loves his golf. And that's a big hit. That's cleared the ropes by probably 15, 20 yards. What was lovely to see about the Spirit of Cricket moment, immediately Andy McBride went over to Asif Sheikh and said thank you, and he shook his hand. Touching moments. But moments that are giving Ireland just a late chance in this game.
What's it?
What a moment was that? Spirit of cricket. Absolutely incredible. It could go 2 ways. There would be fans saying, come on, you cannot be doing that when you're representing the nation. And the other side would be saying, this is what cricket is all about.
That is what cricket is all about. Exactly what he's done there. He's done the right thing. It would have been incorrect for him to take the bails off. Whilst it might have been within the laws, in 10, 15 years' time, he'd look back and he'd have gone, do you know what? That wasn't the right thing to do. 1 over remains. 1-2-2 for 8.
Abhi. मेरो क्याप कोसँग छ हुरे मेरो क्याप कोही हुरे क्याप मेरो तिमीसँग छ हैन
Handshake in particular, we kind of half saw it. That will be an award winner this year, I'll make sure, of the ICC.
One change bowler right or out?
Ireland well short of par here. They've just got 6 deliveries remaining. And it will be Avanesh Bohara, the death specialist, trying to close it out for Nepal.
122 for 8, 19 overs. Should be looking for somewhere around 18. Get to 135, 140. 140 should be close to under par.
Close to under par. That's a new set. I haven't heard that one before.
I'm trying to get words. I'm trying to be positive for the Irish cricket.
You're just trying to be kind to me, I think. I appreciate that, Pranav. McBride has looked like a top order batter here, isn't he? Which is exactly what he did in the ODI series for Ireland. He batted at 3 in all 3 of those matches, and he was outstanding with bat and ball. Didn't quite beat the fielder who's up in the circle at square leg there. Here's this moment, this Spirit of Cricket moment. He's clearly tripped him, unintentionally albeit. And Asif Sheikh did the right thing. He had to think for a moment. It's only a split second he has. And what was lovely to see, the turn, and he went back, and Andy McBride said thank you very much. He went over and shook his hand, and he said you've done the right thing, and equally the same from Sandeep Lamachani. Brilliantly led. There's two young inspirational men, Sandeep Lamachani and the man of the moment, Asif Sheikh.
I'm so very impressed with that situation. Love the way both these teams competing really hard, but not sacrificing on the spirit of cricket.
And in the meantime, Mark Adair is really struggling. He's known as a batter down the order who can clear the front leg and hit really big sixes. He did that against the West Indies in the ODI format. 5 off 9 at the death.
I know we are in the last over, Andrew, but a quick question. What do you think about this captaincy switch between Gyanendra Mala and Sandeep Lamachani?
Hit down the ground. McBride has not got anywhere near enough of that. Dipender Singh Airi will never drop that catch. You could hit that to him 100 times, he'll probably catch it 101, and he's still smiling. There's only one man in the reckoning for the player of the match so far today. It's that man on your screen, Dipender Singh Airi.
He's been incredible with the ball in the field. He's been all around. Every time there's something happening on the ground, another golf swing, but this time not connecting it, getting the outside part of the bat and a safe hands of Dipender Airi.
Andy McBride is gone for 11. Ireland 1-2-4 for 9. It's the block hole again, and he's got protection in the deep. Good piece of work. We'll cut it off from being a boundary. Just 2 balls left. And keep your eyes on big Barry McCarthy here. He's known at the Pembroke Cricket Club, where I'm actually a member as well, as is Barry. He's known as hitting a massive ball. He might be all the way down at number 11. But keep your eyes. He'll look to go straight for 6 here.
He's already got 3 of them. I see that. Can he connect 1?
All right, into the block hole. He won't be hitting a maximum with a delivery that good, and it leaves just 1 ball left in the 20th over. Nepal, they have been absolutely outstanding. They've been excellent here. For all of Ireland's struggles with the bat, it's been about the brilliance of Nepal.
Right again in the block hole.
Keeper!
We'll be looking for a couple. Should be a run out there. Nepal have been clinical in the field all through the day.
And again, it's Dipender Singh Airi at long on. You get your best fielders into the most important positions. McCarthy was always getting back for 2 because he had that head start from the non-striker's end, but Adair was deep in his crease. So if Airi could get the throw accurately to the keeper, he chose the right end to throw to. It was always going to be the 10th wicket. And Ireland have been bowled out for 127, would you believe, by a highly impressive outfit that is Nepal. Are we witnessing maybe the Quadrangular Series winners, and are we witnessing one of the favourites for the upcoming T20 World Cup qualifier? They were magnificent.
Love the hurdle there for the Nepal team, discussing the pros and cons, giving confidence to each other, patting each other's backs. This is what team sports is all about. They've been incredible in the field today.
There's the batting card, and that tells a tale in itself. The highest scorer has come in all the way down at number 8. Ireland's order, which has caused them such problems, it all stems back to that defeat against Namibia at the T20 World Cup, where after a flying start from O'Brien and Sterling, they collapsed to a similar total to this. I think it was 128 they made that day at Sharjah. They followed that up with a defeat to USA and Florida. They lost yesterday to the UAE. Are they on the verge of another defeat here, this time to Nepal? So let's take a look at the highlights. You might just be joining us. Here's all the action, the big moment. Kamal Singh Airi taking out Paul Sterling. Andy Balbirnie made it just a couple of flourishes before Gareth Delaney was dismissed by that good sharp return catch, and the off cutter was a beautiful piece of bowling to clean up Andy Balbirnie. Shane Getgate just showed us briefly again what he possesses, and Curtis Camphor got one big six away off Sandeep Lamichhane, but then it was the Dipender Singh Airi show. He picked up 4 wickets. Before today, he had just one T20 international wicket. He dismissed Getgate, and then Camphor, who was looking for that scoop shot before Simi Singh came down the track, promoted up the order. He was dismissed, and that catch was the best of the lot.
Love the intensity of this youngster Dipender Airi. He's taken all the opportunities and the way Sandeep Lamichhane has used his resources in this particular match against a test playing nation, not to forget, has been incredible. Look at the safe hands of Dipender Airi there.
And of course, who else would it be but right at the end, the final delivery of the innings, McCarthy did the right thing, tried to get back for 2, but Adair was always going to be caught short. So Airi, 4 wickets, a catch off his own bowling, a catch in the deep, and also that brilliant run out. And all of the Nepali bowlers were really excellent. Just the 2 overs for Kushal Malla, but everyone else took wickets. So what that will mean at the halfway stage of the final game of the series, with the series in the balance, Nepal are going to need 128 to win. Don't go anywhere. Let's find out if they can do it. welcome back to the Oman Cricket Academy for this, the final match of the Wolf 77 News presents Oman T20I series, powered by Sky247.net. And this is the tale of the tape at the halfway stage of the final game. The series itself, not just this match, is in the balance because there are three possible results. The UAE, Ireland or Nepal could top the table, mainly thanks to the excellence of Dipendra Singh Airi, both with the ball and in the field. They've been outstanding and they've bowled out Ireland for just 127. Andrew Leonard here alongside Neil Oja, who I'm delighted to have joining me. Asif Sheikh's going to open up the batting. He's at the non-strikers end alongside Kushal Bertel, back into the team today, who's had a quite remarkable start. 4 50s in his first 5 innings in T20 international cricket. And for Ireland, with the new ball, it's going to be Mark Adair. The match, the series, it's all perfectly poised.
Well, yes, a fantastic evening to watch some cricket. And Kushal Bertel, as you mentioned, 4 half centuries in the first 5 games. This is the 6th, a strike rate of a healthy 140. When you have a player like this in your ranks, opening innings for you, more often than not, you're confident about chasing down runs. What a start! What a start! Absolute banger, straight down the line, 4 runs.
This is what Nepal have missed so badly with Kushal Bertel, missing those first 2 games with the niggle. You see the tape on his left elbow, full in length, and he holds the pose for the cameraman. And the ball travels straight down the ground for 4. 278 runs in his first 5 innings. They all came in the tri-series between Nepal, the Netherlands and Malaysia in Kathmandu. He lit up that series. He was the player of the series and he started perfectly in his return to action. And Mark Adair nearly clings on, but I think it's just coming a half volley to him here, Neil.
Well, yes, but then for a big unit like Mark Adair to dive down forward on his own bowling, that itself is a very big thing. Very well done there, Mark Adair.
And also good to see, we spoke about the spirit of cricket from Asif Sheikh, but Mark Adair not even attempting to claim that catch, clearly from that replay. Bouncing up into his hands, 1 slip in place, that's Paul Sterling. Ireland are going to need to produce something very special. Any chance of getting into this game.
Right, and they'll have to pick wickets. That's the simplest way to get in this game, stay in this game and win this game. Pick wickets and pick them regularly and quick. Asif, 8 matches, 202 runs, includes a half century, a strike rate of 133. Both these batters have a very healthy strike rate. It just speaks volumes about their power hitting. Driven beautifully, but straight to the field, a dot ball.
Yeah, it's Gareth Delaney there in a packed offside field. Mark Adair has been a little costly, and I wonder, is this maybe a final audition to see for Ireland which bowling lineup they're going to go with? It's a big day for Barry McCarthy. Found himself out for the first 2 games, but can he force his way into the reckoning with what would need to be a really big performance from him?
The slip has been removed and Paul Sterling comes in as a shot cover position in the catching position. That's putting him some extra pressure.
He runs through the offside. Kushal Bertel excites Nepali fans so much. What an effort from Barry McCarthy. I think this might have maybe actually not gone for 4 because he's jumped into the air and he might have been airborne when he flicked it back. It's probably gone past the rope, but in the air. This could be outstanding from big Barry McCarthy.
There's definitely a very big unit there, Barry. And the kind of effort he put in, ran a few yards really quick, came so close to the line, and touched the ropes. That's a 4.
Well, if we had the boundary check system in operation, Barry McCarthy won't have known. He won't have known. He was just trying to get the dive in. End of the first over. We'll come back to that. It's 6 for none.
Deep square. George, you take that one. Yeah. 45, please. Yeah, behind him. Okay, just on square. You want one, Bally, sir?
So a few Nepali fans have found their way into the game. little bit of tension there. They know that their side standing on the brink of history. Ireland are going to change things up. They're going to go with spin at the start. And that's the spin of Simi Singh, probably their most consistent performer. They brought the extra spinner in today in the shape of Andy McBride.
Simi Singh, 33 wickets for him, an economy of 7.3. Started off this engagement really well. First game, picking up 3 wickets for just 9 runs.
Asif Sheikh strikes that one powerfully, but straight to Barry McCarthy, who's been in the action to start with. Singh has been highly consistent for Ireland, very economical in recent times.
Really
That's
nice.
right. And he's learnt this new little trick of bowling the leggies. Pretty much announces it way in advance, but still pretty effective.
And with that slip in place, as Paul Sterling in there, that will bring the leg spin option into play. And particularly with the 2 right-handers on strike, we may well see it.
Psychologically, you know that you're playing an off-break bowler. Alright, so the slip has been removed. We just spoke about Sterling being there in the slip position, and probably the leg breaker will come into play. He's been removed.
Just chipped down the ground for one. There's a couple of Irish cricketers that will know Nepali cricket very well. Paul Sterling in particular, and Kevin O'Brien, who's not here. They were heroes of the Everest Premier League back in 2018 when they came to Kathmandu as 2 of the star overseas signings. So Ireland will have done their research. They'll know all about Kushal Bertel, and it's a different field that they're going with for the 2 batters, as Sheikh works that out. The 2 fielders in the deep, both on the leg side.
With the class of Bertel, you can keep as many fielders on the boundary. He'll be very comfortable piercing that gap.
Big hit. That is to the largest side of the ground, into the wind, and he's still got enough of it to go, not just over the rope, but over the advertising boards. Kushal Bertel, he's a real star in the making. He'll close out the second over with a maximum. It's 15 for none.
Middle. Middle. There you go. Middle.
Immediate change in bowling for Ireland. Just the 1 over for Mark Adair, and it's going to be Barry McCarthy. Big moment for him. Can he force his way into the reckoning?
Yes, such opportunities don't come in every day, and especially when you're at the brink of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup qualifier.
Starts with a full delivery. You see that economy rate, that's been the issue for McCarthy in the T20 format. He's taken wickets regularly, particularly on ODIs. But have a look at this shot from Kushal Bertel. This is massive.
Humongous. Not the easiest thing to do, especially when you are heading towards the longer side of the boundary. When you're hitting into the wind, 2 factors against you. But then if it's Bertel, you know that's going to go for a 4, a maximum.
Just rushed for pace on the pull shot. Ireland don't necessarily possess too much X-factor pace options. Josh Little probably the quickest of their bowlers, and then Adair will operate in the high 70 miles an hour, McCarthy and Young in the low 80s at best. But McCarthy does have a lot of options in terms of his slower balls, but just his consistency in T20I cricket has made him a little expensive.
He still has got that little last attempt.
Beaten for pace again. That's a very good length. That's exactly where you want to be if you're Barry McCarthy.
He started well, hasn't given anything, and all 3 deliveries have been different from the other.
Talk about a good length for a bowler. That is perfect. It's not full enough to drive, and it's not short enough to pull, which is the shot that Sheikh attempted.
That's right. Need to bowl that difficult line, that hard length, and the batter is put in that little thought process.
There's a man who knew a lot about hitting a good length, Tamika Prasad, the new bowling coach, the consultant for Nepal. Having a chuckle with Pabudu Dasanayaka. Happy men. This is good from McCarthy. A lot of Irish fans want him involved in the team, particularly the ODI side where he's been so effective taking wickets, but he's just got a chance today. He's got to grab that opportunity.
Well, yes, Barry McCarthy, an opportunity here. For all you know, he might just be playing the World Cup. And for that, he has to perform here, do well for his team, and ensure once he's picked up for the qualifiers, perform there really well.
He's a confidence bowler as well. When he's up and he's going well, he's brilliant. He's at his very best. But if he starts getting hit for a few boundaries, it can be tricky. But 5 dots, just building up some pressure in the power play for Ireland.
Absolutely consistent with his length. Again, not giving any width whatsoever.
Gary Wilson there, part of the coaching staff, alongside Michael Caulfield, the brilliant sports psychologist. If you're ever fond of someone for a follow on Twitter, he's full of analogies and the joys of life, and he's here working with the Irish team on the mental side of the game.
One last delivery. Asif will be on strike. It's been a quiet over. 5 dot balls.
Banged in. Brilliant from McCarthy, a maiden. You don't see too many of them in T20I cricket. I think it's the first one I can remember this week, pretty much. 3 overs gone. It's 15 for none. Simi Singh will continue. Got Neil Oja with me here, Andrew Leonard. Neil, I think we're going to have some fireworks this over. A wicket or a big hit's going to be attempted from Kushal Patel. That's the way he plays.
Well, yes, after the last quiet over that we saw, a maiden over, the first one in the series. I think something will give in.
Here's that moment. Will it be the chance? It won't go to fine leg. The short fine leg in the circle. Shane Getgate. You could sense it was coming.
Well, yes, something will give in, and it's still not done. You've got 5 more deliveries to come, and I think
It's nice to have
they'll still go for something.
Don't give him an easy out.
Top edge that ballooned a couple of yards away from him.
Was he just a little slow off the mark there, Shane Getgate? He might have been thinking it was coming squarer, and because it's a top edge, it's deceived him.
On square still, yeah.
His top edges generally turn and swirl in the air. Little challenge there for the fielder. Simi Singh.
That's that big hit I was talking about. This time it's Asif Sheikh, and Mark Adair at long on is a mere passenger. All he can do is watch it fly over his head. Nepal batters love playing spin, and they're taking the attack to Simi Singh.
Yes, subcontinent players, they've grown up playing spin on these spinning tracks. This one doesn't even spin much.
And that's the modern way. The long on fielder's out. I'm not going to hit it to him for a single. I'm going to take it on and hit it over his head. I'm going to back my skills to get enough of it to hit it for 6.
Let me get that. Oh, no.
Nice to follow it up with a single. Good stop off his own bowling. Lots of questions and comments coming in from fans, particularly Nepali fans. What is the conundrum? What do Nepal need to chase this in to go top of the table? That's the stop from Singh. I'll bring you that in a moment. Hit over the offside. This time it's going to get just over the head of Paul Sterling. He'll stop it from going for a boundary. 2 more to the total.
Look at that effort by Sterling. Ran about 20 odd yards towards the boundary.
Fellas, well on.
Gave it a full chase. And then scooped it back. Right, 2 more deliveries to go in this over. 9 runs of the Simi Singh over. Expensive. And this one is straight but doesn't have the legs. Just be a single.
I think he's ended up checking his shot there because he didn't quite get there, so it'll just be a single. There are 3 conundrums that we're going to talk about in the next over for this quadrangular series. 3 different sides, Nepal, Ireland or the UAE can still win it. Just there, just checking his shot, holding it and not trying to go through with it, so he didn't pay the price and get it all the way to the long on fielder. And again, just a chip down the ground.
So with the subs.
That will just be a single, a good over for Nepal. After the maiden in the 3rd over, plenty of runs in the 4th. It's 26 for none.
I think you're up anyway.
McCarthy will continue. Bowled him. He's bowled 6 dot balls and just a point at the stumps from Barry McCarthy. That's the big wicket. Kushal Bertel, he's made 4 50s in 5 innings. He won't be getting to that mark today. Trying to get too clever with a bowler who's been very effective. And McCarthy strikes, brings Ireland back into the game.
Yes, that was a straight delivery. Wanted to scoop it. A paddle scoop. But missed it all ends. Right on the top of the leg stump. And that'll be the end of the first wicket for Nepal. Kushal Bertel, 15 of 11. Nepal 26 for 1 in 4.1.
So lads,
Come on, Buzz.
Thank you. Thank you.
26 for 1. That first wicket was off the hard-hitting Kushal Bertel. Lokesh Baum playing his second match. And the first one scored 33, including 2 big hits. Look at that strike rate. Very impressive, 157. If he continues like this, well, we'll probably have an early evening.
McCarthy's been right on the money though. It's been really impressive. I'm just going to quickly take a look at that last wicket. He's gone across his stumps, he's exposed them. McCarthy, dead-eye accurate. Doesn't he love it? He knows that's only the start. He knows he needs more than that for his side to give them any hope. There's 3 conundrums left in this quadrangular series. After this ball, you're going to have to listen closely because it's not simple as the net run rate requirements never are.
Well, I would be all interested all years. I'm all a numbers man.
So we're going to miss the attempted pull shot. So here are the conundrums. If Ireland win today, they must bowl Nepal out for less than 105 to move top of the table, to get a big enough win to move past the UAE. If Nepal are to chase this down and get a big enough net run rate boost to go to the top of the table above the UAE, they're going to need to chase it down in less than 13.5 overs or less. There is a few little, I suppose, asterisks to that, because if they hit a 4 or a 6 off 14 or 14.1 overs, they'll get there as well. However, if they don't do that in time, UAE will win the quadrangular series. Big hit down the ground. He's got enough of it. He's got enough of it to go all the way. What timing that is from Lokesh Baum. The first runs off McCarthy are a maximum.
Sheer timing. He's not a big guy. He's not the one who'll have a lot of muscle and power. Just timing and a good willow. He's got a maximum.
Maybe Lokesh Baum knows that conundrum. If he gets his side there in less than 13.5 overs, they will be the champions of this quadrangular series. One more thing I incorrectly said earlier. that Nepal had previously had a victory over a test nation, a full member of the ICC. They haven't, not in a formal ODI or T20I. They did beat Afghanistan, but that's when they were still an associate nation back in 2014. Valentine's Day, it's a historic day for Nepali cricket. Is it going to be doubly so today?
Dot ball. And you're right. If they win this, it's going to be big. It's going to be really, really huge. You've beaten a full nation, a full member nation, test playing nation. This idiot cannot get bigger than this.
Right on the money again for McCarthy. He's caused problems on that good length. He's got to not be too full. That back of a length's perfect. Remember, those wins over full member nations, they're absolutely critical if you want to go on and apply for full membership of the ICC, get up the rankings. Today could be the start of something very special for the future of the game in Nepal. Oh, thuds into the thigh pad this time. Enthralling stuff here in Muscat. 5 overs gone. We'll have a commentary change. It's 33 for 1.
Right arm over, please.
5 overs gone, 33 for 1. Kushal Bhurtel, 15 of 11 for him. He looked good in a short but a very entertaining innings from him. Very classy. Asif Sheikh and Lokesh Baum are still out there in the middle. Talking about class, joining me in the comm box is Mikhail Vaswani. Good evening.
Good evening, Shoaib. I appreciate your generosity in words. Adair continues, been tidy in the first over, leg by signal. We spoke about Kushal Bhurtel lasting just 11 deliveries, scoring just 15 runs. But those 15 runs pretty much told the story of his class in the middle. What wonderful execution and array of shots he displayed. Focus will be on Ireland. They have the equation in mind. I'm sure they'll be eyeing few more wickets.
A quick single taken.
Very nice, Mark.
Just a quick heads up. Nepal versus Oman. Before this, they've played each other twice. And Ireland have come up twice as winners. So today, if Nepal manage to win this game, we'll be part of history. The first win over a test playing nation, Ireland. So a lot to play for, especially for Nepal.
Oh yes, and they're making it count. And there we'll have to be careful. The high point of Nepal when they were bowling, they didn't concede a single extra. That extras column remains 0 today. And that's where we can talk about the kind of professionalism they've brought into their cricket. Tidy and disciplined, and in the batting as well now in pursuit of this target. They're dishing out some fine cricket.
Another good ball from Mark Adair. No chance for a run whatsoever, you're right. Nepal have actually come to the fore in this tournament. A lot of young talent has been on display, and they have never ceased to amaze us. The right intensity, very good in the field. The right attitude towards the game. Good spirit as well. Play in the right spirit, always smiling. Such a pleasure to watch Nepal play cricket. Meanwhile, a big shot coming in, straight into the hands of the fielder there. An easy catch, Mark Adair strikes. Lokesh Baum will have to walk back.
And this is where the inexperience comes to the fore. That was a needless shot, but he got consumed into it and has fallen trap as well. Fallen to the trap, beg your pardon. Mark Adair strikes, Ireland strike in quick succession. They see the back of two destructive top order batsmen. This time getting the toe end of the bat. Didn't quite execute it the way he wanted to. And a simple straightforward catch there. George Dockrell with that catch. Lokesh Baum departs for 6. It's 36 for 2.
A wee mini tile.
Five 5.4 overs, 36 for 2. Dipendra Airi is the new man, the star performer for Nepal, but he's on the non-striking end. Short ball, slow ball, straight. Oh, that was close. Half a chance, just falling short of the point fielder. Now Nepal need to show some nerves of steel, not to get under that pressure. They've got the runs on the board, and they just need to make sure that they don't lose any more wickets.
Just felt he took the pace of the ball as well, Mark Adair this time. And Lokesh Baum played a little too early. Didn't quite get the middle of the bat. Slashes hard, gets past backward point, goes for a 4. Was it very close to him? We still need to see that. But 4 under pressure. Now Asif Sheikh, we know him for his strike rate. Nepal 40 for 2 in 6 overs.
I'll go. Oh, you can. Yeah, I'll go because you do point.
Mid, eh?
Scouting mid.
Thank you.
Ball at chase.
Yeah.
Oh, that was in the air. Yeah. Very good effort. Usually you'd imagine the fielder taking it with his left hand since it's gone to his left side. But this time around he did an acrobatic dive, taking it with the right. Camphor to continue. Oh, goes big and goes over mid-off. What a shot. A lot of power behind that one. One bounce into the ropes.
Good shot there, good intent. Asif using his feet, coming to the pitch of the ball, clearing that mid-off fielder. And the ball hitting those advertising boards just over it. One bounce. 4 more for Asif. He moves on to 20. Nepal 45 for 2. Oh, that is a much better delivery. Just beating the edge of the bat. No run there. Curtis Camphor has been brought into the attack. Very, very good World Cup for him.
Wonderful comeback delivery over there. Just holding its line. Now what has changed in Nepal cricket has been the top order performance. We'll come to that. Trying to pull this one, not in control of it. This could be close if it's a direct hit. They managed to make it in time. Shoaib, just talking about the kind of impact Asif Sheikh and Kushal Burthal have had in Nepal's top order performance ever since they've come to the fore. The strike rate when opening has gotten better. Oh, the batsman made it in good time.
Oh, yes, that was good running between the wickets. And made sure he was home safe and sound. Asif Dipendra, another star performer, has done well for Nepal in the middle order, and he will have an important role to play. Sweeper on the off. On the onside, there's a fine leg fielder on the ropes and a square leg fielder as well. And now the long on fielder moves towards the boundary ropes as well. So a well spread field, but still manages to pierce the gap there. Dipendra will get 2 runs easily.
He's a busy cricketer. He plays the shots, fearless. Sometimes you don't see much of technique into it, but he connects it well. 7 gone, 48 for 2.
Kurt, come on, Kurt. Gex, square, please.
So 4 bowlers have been used so far from Ireland. Mark Adair, 2 overs, 12 runs and a wicket. Barry McCarthy looked good. A maiden over and 6 in the next. He also got a wicket. Curtis Camphor is the 4th bowler that was used. And now we see another spin bowler being brought into the attack.
Line's good.
Andrew McBrien, a leg spinner. Again, one of those players who's played for Ireland for a long time. Andrew McBrien, 15 matches for him. This is his 15th game, 13 wickets and an economy of 7.24.
Sterling gets a hand to it, just decreases the pace on it as the batsmen complete 2 quick runs. Asif is looking very good in the middle. They need to play sensible cricket now, stitch a partnership, look for the singles, doubles, find the odd boundary, and they need a partnership.
Too long a throw.
This is good running between the wickets. They ran the first run hard, and when you do that, you always have an opportunity for the second run. Very, very impressed with Nepal. I must say, this is the first time we are seeing them. After a long time, they get the 50-run mark. They cross it in 7.1 overs. You've been there in Nepal, Mikhail. Tell us a little bit about the team.
Well, that's the coach, Babudu Dasanaike, his second stint of Nepal. Oh, he's gone for the big hit against the wind, and he finds the fielder as well. That's a very good catch by Dockrell. He won't drop many as McBrien strikes in his second delivery as soon as he's been brought into the attack. And Asif has to depart. A loss in concentration, I must say, but this is a big, big wicket in context of the game.
Well, not all is over for Ireland. They would not want to believe that the game is over until the last run is scored. They need to fight. McBrien here gets a wicket, and that's an important wicket. Asif Sheikh walks back 23 of 22. Nepal 50 for 3.
Ready.
Nepal batsmen throwing it away. What seems to be a regulation chase. They're not chasing a steep total, may I add, but they seem to be in a hurry. The shot selection has been a little baffling over here. They need a partnership, and they need their batsmen to stay in the middle.
That's right, singles are the need of the hour, and not losing wickets is also very important. Gyanendra, another senior member of the Nepali cricket team, former captain as well. Gyanendra Malla, experience. He's got 32 matches under his belt, 708 runs at a strike rate of 125. So all those numbers indicating that he knows what his job is, and right now it is not to lose his wicket.
Oh yes, and credit has to be given to Ireland as well. They've taken their catches and they've been very sharp in the field. Oh, that's in the air, chipped, falls short in no man's land between the bowler and short cover. Paul Sterling as well, for a second thought he had a chance over there.
Now this is good captaincy from Balbirnie. He's got 5 fielders inside the circle. He only needs to keep 4, but he wants to put pressure on the new man in. And this is good captaincy, really well done.
And what a start by Mac Bryan as well. Just given away 3 runs in his first 5 deliveries. And taken a wicket mid-off, moves to long off.
Very well bowled, very well bowled. Ireland still in the game, still in the hunt, trying to put pressure on the young Nepali side. 8 overs gone, 51 for 3.
Come on, Kurt. Okay, lovely, bud.
Curtis Camphor starts off and he's bowling well. He's looking in good rhythm. Was a part of one of the sides in the Abu Dhabi T10. Curtis Camphor has an excellent year last year. Let's look at that wicket again. Wanted to go for that big hit. Asif Sheikh. It was not needed. Finds the fielder. Good catch taken. And Ireland are in the game right now, Mikhail.
Is almost playing into the hands of Ireland's plans. Self-destruction mode is what the Nepal top order has got into after playing themselves into the situation. Now they'll have to play catch-up as they play one down to third man for a single. More than catch-up, they'll have to just get into the repair work. They could have been on cruise control mode and overdrive mode. They're just making life difficult for themselves in the middle.
Oh yes, just 1 wicket away is what Ireland would feel. That wicket of Dipendra.
Thank you.
A relaxed looking dugout.
There's another match happening in the background as well.
I think it's Canada taking on Germany. 8 teams are present here in Oman as we speak. Another single taken.
Yeah, it is. Sparky.
All teams preparing for the big T20 World Cup qualifiers for the 2022 World Cup in Australia. That's the B ground. And you can see another match. These are all auditions, precursors to the big T20 World Cup qualifier scheduled to start from Friday at the very same venue in both the grounds.
They need this 1 wicket. Ireland would feel they have a very strong chance if they can get Dipendra out quickly, because that will put pressure on the middle order of Nepal. The star performer back in the hut. But how do they take that wicket? What do they do differently?
Well, they need to keep things simple. To me, it's more of Nepal giving their wickets in this particular innings than Ireland actually taking wickets. Oh, got an inside edge onto that one. Almost dragged it onto the stumps. We know Dipendra. He does not like staying silent for long.
Well, our broadcasters and streaming partners for this exciting tournament. If you're watching us in India, you can watch us on Eurosport. Pakistan, it's Geo Super. NXT Level channel in US. Himalaya TV in the Nepal. And Dubai Sports in Middle East. And online, you can watch us on Fan Code in India. Nicely guided towards third man for a single. And that'll be the end of another good over from Camphor. No boundaries conceded. 9 overs gone. Nepal are 55 for 3.
Come, Ski. Go again, Ski. Just as we were. Sarah. Maybe Baz for one. Baz. There. There. Next one.
McBrien continues. Quick single taken. This is good running between the wickets. Gyanendra and Dipendra both are very quick runners. And good coordination amongst each other as well. As soon as he hit it, he knew there was a single on, put pressure on the fielder, and stole that run from Ireland.
Yeah, taking a single is important. Stealing a single is even more important. But showing this sense of urgency sometimes can lead to downfall as well. Nicely bowled. How well has McBride turned up ever since he's been given the ball? He's keeping it tight, not offering any width.
4 here, lads.
Well, he's bowling the doosra. I'm not sure whether he's using his wrist for a leg spin ball, because we'll have to watch that closely.
What's going through Dipendra's mind? Again, he has a very unconventional way of scoring his runs, but he's very effective and result oriented. In all of it, he's also been very efficient in this series.
Oh yes, he's been exceptional, Dipendra, and that's why for Ireland, seeing his back would be the ideal situation. A quick word between Paul Sterling and McBride, making sure the fielders are right where they want them to be. This has been another good over so far, just 2 runs off it. Can McBride take another wicket? Short ball pulled, catch it is the call.
Keeper George!
Will land safely in the gap, looking for 2, but will settle for 1.
Oh, yes. Just some excitement in the middle when the bowler shouted catch it. But it was falling safely always between deep square leg and deep mid wicket. No better time for Gyanendra Malla to be in the middle. He's been in such situations before. Again, Dipendra Malla shuffling in the crease. Does not like the bowler to dominate. Always on the lookout for runs.
Let's look at the action of McBride. Here we go. A normal finger spinner. Orthodox. Here he comes in. And here he goes.
He's just hurrying the deliveries, just bowling it flatter, quicker, sometimes seam up, sometimes straighter, those gentle floaters to keep things tight. 10 overs gone at the halfway stage, it's 59 for 3. We will be seeing a change in the com box as well. It's going to be Pranav Mehta and Neil Oja.
That's been the story of the day so far for Nepal. 59 for 3. Midway mark.
Great, lads.
10 overs. Joining me is Neil Oja.
Thank you, Pranav. 59 for 3. They started off really well. Nepal looked extremely promising. But now, Ireland have come back so strong. This guy, Barry McCarthy. Look at that. 2.1 overs, 1 for 6. Changed the dimension of the game completely on its head. First over was a maiden over. Second over, picked up a wicket.
Very good, Cax. Very good.
Keeping it very tight, McCarthy, for sure. That's the bowling card for Ireland. Mark Adair, 2 overs, 12, picking up a wicket. Barry McCarthy, 2.2, 7 runs, picking up a wicket. Economy of 3.18. And Andrew McBride, 2 overs, 7 runs, 1 wicket. And that economy, 3.5.
2 inspired changes in the team.
No.
McCarthy and McBride. Both these guys have changed the complexion of this team.
Neil, I'm a very big fan of Sandeep Lamishane. I've been following him for a while. There's something that I don't like about what he's doing so far, and I really hope that he realizes that he needs to give a lot of time to his fellow cricketers in the Nepal cricket team. A lot of patience, a lot of changes, is something that they would not be able to adapt to. They would not take a liking to it.
Oh, look at that. There was a chance there. Lucky for Gyanendra to stay around. So when you say give them time, not too many changes, what do you mean? What are you looking at?
Give them the space. Give them consistent opportunities at a particular positions. Too many bowling changes. By the time they settle in, there's a bowling change. Today that was pretty good, and you see the results. Ireland, a campaigned side, a very good side, 127 all out. The same needs to happen in the batting department as well. You cannot just keep shuffling players from number 3, number 4, number 5. Let him open. No, it's not a lottery. You give them the place, give them time, and expect results.
I have a different point of view on that though. This series, the Quadrangular series, is the precursor to the big one, the qualifiers. And this is their opportunity to play against some seriously good sides and test waters. 3 games, they've tried and tested 3 sets of people at different places, different areas, different set of bowling lineups. There was a batting order was changed. All of this is only to understand what will be the best combination for the qualifiers. Meanwhile, a dot ball to end the over. 11 overs gone. Nepal 61 for 3.
Really good, bud.
The match is very interestingly poised. A reverse sweep there. Can that be a catch? What a wicket is that for Nepal? Are they choking under pressure here? What's happening here, Neil?
Well, that's pressure. That's pressure. Psychologically, while you are looking to win this game, you might just be at a very comfortable position. But then I must tell you that Ireland is a pedigreed side. They are a full member nation for a reason. Down the throat of the fielder there. Tried to reverse sweep. Tried to be a little cheeky. Ended up gifting his wicket there. Gyanendra Malla has to walk back. 61 for 3 Nepal. 61 for 4 now.
Thank you. They cross them? No cross. Good, buddy. Eh? Easy. Good, big boy. Really got this, lads.
That's a extra card. Yeah, just like I was doing. Item over 5 to come.
The very experienced Sharad is in the middle. He's not had a lot of opportunity in this 3 matches that Nepal has played. He's a seasoned campaigner for Nepal. Has played a lot of cricket. 19 matches, 324 runs, 7 sixes, strike rate just around 100.
Get a single there, open his account. His strike rate is just under 100, and that's exactly what they need. They don't need those big 4s and 6s. I don't know why Gyanendra Malla went for those big ones. There was no need for this at all. Pretty much in the zone. Need to score just a little over run a ball. And then you go crazy. Cut this. If there's a chase, the ball will be cut by the sweeper cover. A couple of runs nonetheless.
Love the intensity of this Irish team. They definitely believe they have a chance here. They might not have got a lot with the bat, but they have made a match of this. Cut backward of square. Did get a hand of it at backward point.
Well hit.
Lot of dot balls is what Ireland is using their strategy to be.
Well, his dot balls will put on pressure. But then, Dipendra Ahire, he knows a thing or two about batting. Down the leg side. Get a single and that'll be the end of the over. 12 overs gone. It's 65 for 4.
Let's go, boys.
Dipendra will be the batsman on strike. It's the 13th over.
Just a single there. See, this is what it is now. A shot like that should have accrued a couple of runs. But then, it's very impressive fielding. And all they could do was just manage to get a single.
That shot was right from the meat of the bat, right from the middle of the bat.
Sharad on the back foot. Big shout, big shout. Umpire raises the dreaded finger. And Sharad will have to take that long walk back. Nepal in all sorts of problems.
What is happening here? What is happening here? Cannot believe it. Sharad not going in front, not going behind. Trapped right in front of the stumps. On the back leg.
Curtis Camphor is a skiddy customer. Trapped him, LBW. Just one in 3 deliveries. Nepal 66 for 5.
That throw there from deep square. Leg. Eddie. Eddie. Lala. Keep that squeeze on here, lads.
New batsman is in the middle.
Curtis Camphor. He is now growing in confidence. Look at that. That one LBW has changed his body language. He's walking upright, aggression in his walk. Kushal Malla. Got a 50 to his name. The strike rate is extremely healthy, 165 plus. That's the kind of batting that Ireland needs in their second half. They don't have anyone who has that healthy strike rate. Nepal has it. But then, do they have the consistency to stick around and play this long game? Do they have it in them to stay around all the way till the 20th and ensure that they win this game?
This is the last wicket. Sharad Visaukar trapped in front of the stumps. He knew it as soon as the ball hit his pads, the back leg. It was just a matter of time that the finger was raised.
Dipendra is looking a complete different shade today as compared to what we saw him in the previous game. Looks like there's a different batter today. The Dipendra Singh Ahire that we know is off duty. A replacement has been sent in. Is that what it is?
A lot of wickets falling around him. actually he should be used to it. The similar thing happening in the previous games as well. An interesting field. 3 fielders in the circle on the off. Paul Sterling at mid-wicket.
All right, dot ball to end the over. 13 overs gone at 67 for 5.
Come, Steve, come, Steve. Get in there, just put it. Three men on the leg side, 2 on the off. I need 45, am I? Jump across one of these. Jack, 45, please. What's Gaz line like here, Morgan? What's Gaz line like? Probably have him a few. We've got to have him.
Little bit. County. No.
Andrew Balburney
Baz, let's go.
getting
I
the
go 20,
field
30
right
yards.
because they know that they can sense victory. They can definitely sense victory here,
Go, Baz.
Ireland. 61 of 42 required for Nepal. Ireland now have their nose ahead in this race. Malla 1 of 2, Dipendra 13 of 20. That's going to be McBrien. It's a little slow drifter. And dot ball.
A slight mix-up there
Through here, boys.
between
wanna run.
Dipendra and Malla. Looks like Nepal has gone into their shell.
Let's spin.
Well, yeah, look at this. I mean, they're not trying to score. They're finding it all edgy. It looks like all of a sudden there's a demon in this wicket.
Yes.
Malla, soft hands. Yes, no, sends him back. And rightly so. There's a spring in the fielders now. Every single opportunity that they're getting, they're trying to make the most of it.
That was very acrobatic at backward point.
Dot ball there.
Give them nothing.
Look at the effort at backward point. Throwing the ball in the air. Both legs in the air. Acrobatic.
Top edge here. Big top edge here.
Extremely agile. They believe in themselves all of a sudden.
Yeah, that's what happens in cricket. You might be feeling that it's not your day, all of a sudden a couple of wickets, and then there's a wave of positivity that just warms every single fielder. Now, change in the field. The mid-wicket fielder has gone to short fine leg. And with soft hands, played towards that vacant mid-wicket region, gets a single. Brings Dipendra on strike. Now, the idea probably would be for Ireland to pick his wicket. Get him on strike and take his wicket, because once you take Dipendra, Nepal will be in a box.
Great
They're
stuff.
already in a box,
Pressure on.
Neil. Need a partnership. Lot of field changes here.
That's you. It's you, Scrap. It's you. Easy.
Mid-wicket single. Andy McBrien actually ran all the way to the 30-yard mark. Oh, looks like we've got something. 14 overs gone, 69 for 5.
Keep building, lad.
That's the batting card for Nepal. Kushal Purtel getting a start. 15 of 11. Asif Sheikh 23 of 22. Lot of thrown away starts there, Neil. Surely not the coach wouldn't be impressed by this effort from Nepal.
Oh, not at all. You're right. They've got starts, but then they've just squandered it away. A lot depends on Dipendra Ahire. Rather, everything on him. Will he be able to convert this? Curtis Camphor with his last over. Look at his stats. Picked up a wicket, 14 runs in his 3. Stepping down, slashed it hard. Will it go the distance? Yes, it does. He's got a maximum on the very first delivery of the Camphor over.
How much is this Nepal side dependent on Dipendra Ahire?
Well, right now, it's all on him. And that's probably the intent. That's what will instill some amount of confidence in his partner as well. Malla, for now, would just want to take, if he gets on strike, take a single and get off. Slow one this time, on the back foot, punches down, dot ball. Dipendra Ahire.
There have been a lot of yes, no calls between Dipendra and Malla. Surely at the halfway mark, when Nepal knew that they are chasing 127, they wouldn't have expected to leave almost around 60 of the last 6 overs.
Single there. Now that'll bring Malla on strike.
This could definitely be Nepal's game, but it is still a very poor chase so far.
52 required of 33. This game could go either ways, but I tell you, I feel Nepal has their nose ahead in this race. They're just marginally ahead. Beg your pardon, Ireland. Mikhail, thank you so much for that nod.
Curtis Camphor, very tight, keeping it very tight. Surely wouldn't be happy with that 6 hit of him over the sweeper boundary. Dipendra, he's been very impressive. That is the field. 3 men on the off in the circle, a sweeper boundary, a long on, a deep mid wicket, and a short deep mid wicket.
The third man comes into play. Single. Now last ball for Dipendra. Would he want to take a single, get off strike, or go for a big one if he can?
Every ball is gold right now for Nepal. They need runs, and they need runs quickly. I'm sure they wouldn't have wanted this required run rate getting close to 10, which is right now. Boundaries is the need of the hour. Can he get one on this ball?
Well, you asked for it. You said, can he get one on this ball? Yes, he got a one. Overthrow. No, they're not running for it. That's the end of the 15th. It's 78 for 5.
So there's the remaining options for Ireland. For them, Andrew McBrien and Barry McCarthy have been outstanding. Both into the team today, the 2 changes have worked, and in fact Andrew McBrien has had the most remarkable 2022. He's been Ireland's most consistent performer, the all-rounder in ODI cricket, but he's played just 1 T20 international in 4 years, and they've sent out the rescue call really into the sky. The Donamana man is being called for, and these are a couple of big overs here for Simi Singh. Will Dipendra Singh Ahire look to capitalise, look to take the attack to him? The thing we love about Irish cricket and about Nepali cricket is there's drama, there's tension, there always is. Andrew Leonard's going to guide you through the last 5 overs here, and I'm joined by Mikhail Vaswamy. Which way is this game going?
Well, Andrew, when you talk about drama, the only dramatic personality in the com box is Mr. Andrew Leonard, because there's a fight between heart and mind as well as Ireland play Nepal in this fixture.
One of those wonderful win-win scenarios, isn't it? Let's hope for the tie. Let's hope for the super over. Let's get the floodlights on. Let's have it all. That's what Nepali cricket always brings us, drama. And I think what you're also watching, joking aside, is two incomplete sides. Neither side is perfect, but they're highly entertaining to watch.
Square.
Yes, and what a phase in the game. 79 for 5. 5 overs left. A little over 50 to get. This match has ingredients of a blockbuster. Can it go down to the final over?
For Kushal Malla, he's got to find a way into the game. Luckily for Nepal, Dipendra Singh Airi is so quick he'll always get home. Let's take a look at that points table. The chance for Nepal to go to the top now, it's gone. And for Ireland to move above the UAE and get past their net run rate, they'll need to bowl Nepal out for less than 105, which is pretty unlikely. But whatever the case, UAE are looking favourites to take the title now. There's the leg break from Singh.
He executes that so very well. Just going by what Malla and Dipendra are doing in the middle, it's pretty obvious that Malla is playing second field and giving him more strike. Dipendra is the man who can lead them to their target.
Switch hit from Irie, and he gets more than enough of it. He won't get the 6 because it's gone all the way along the ground, but he'll get a boundary 4. That's brilliant batting. This man is single-handedly carrying his country in this game.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew. He did that in the first game as well, single-handedly getting those 80 runs and taking his team home. And once again, he fights a lone battle. All he's saying is give me support at the other end.
Down this time by Singh, and I think it's almost come off the very toe, the Q end of the bat. But Irie will get the single. You just don't want to let that required run rate get too far above 10 and over. You need a boundary in each of the remaining 4 overs after this one.
There's so much of support for Nepal in this side of the world. Each day, the fans turn up when Sandeep Lamichhane and his boys come to the park, cheering every run, cheering every 4 and 6. Passionate Nepali fans. It's a spread out field as always in this time of the game. Simi Singh in operation.
Yeah, and what Kushal Malla has to do, he's at his best when he's attacking, but he's struggling here. 4 off 10. Just to work the single, so it's going to be 42 to win off the remaining 4 overs. What a game we have set up. It's 86 for 5. Four overs remain, and unless Ireland move to a 6th bowler, the 4 overs will have to be bowled. 2 from Mark Adair, 1 from Barry McCarthy and 1 from Simi Singh. And they're going to go now with McCarthy in the 17th over, which means Adair will have to bowl the 18th and 20th, leaving the 19th over to Simi Singh with the shorter boundary for the right-handers. That's a big risk for Ireland.
And that's a lot of homework as well, Andrew, there by you. Wonderfully done and summed it up.
McCarthy's been excellent today. He bowled that maiden, also picked up the wicket, the key wicket of Kushal Bertel, who was threatening to take the game away from Ireland.
Oh yes, tension is certainly reaching its crescendo. The Nepal dugout. They can sense victory. They can sense some drama as well. Karan Casey, he would have been an important figure had he been playing in this game.
Well, how the Nepal fans would have loved to have Karan Casey coming in next at number 8, which is probably where he would have batted.
Quite a tweet today as well by Sandeep Lamichhane. Did you see that, Andrew?
Of course I did. I enjoyed that one. And there's David Ripley, the interim coach. He's on his feet. He's too nervous to sit down. Knows the importance of this game. Wants to go into the qualifier with a win. McCarthy strays down the leg side. Every extra is going to be costly now.
Oh yes, Dipendra is the man, the architect who can lead them to victory. This will be a big moment for Nepal if they put it across the Irish side. Who's going to be flying the helicopter in the end?
And who's going to be flying down to Australia in 6 months' time? 8 teams will get started on Friday for those 2 qualification spots. Dipender Singh Airi takes out the long handle, but he's picked out the man. Can Adair stay in bounds? He can. Barry McCarthy has his second. Is that the game, the set and the match towards Ireland? Their hero, Nepal's hero in this series, has fallen. He's gone. He's picked out the man in the deep.
And what a bowling change by Balbani as well. McCarthy strikes, gets the big wicket of Dipendra Singh Airi. Departs and is caught in the deep.
Mark Adair, excellent skills. Look at the balance. He's adjudicated where the rope is. He's known that he can stay inside the rope. Airi's gone for 28. Nepal 88 for 6.
No, that's still find a way.
You heard it first from me.
No.
Yes, you did.
You haven't watched enough of Ireland, mate. We always find a way.
I'll try.
Leg. Center.
It's the middle one, that one. That one is middle. This is off.
Center, this one.
No, this is off.
This one.
This is a middle.
Leg stick this.
Like,
Okay, thank you.
Kamal Singh Airi in at number 8. And he's going to try and heave one into the leg side. Doesn't get it out of the middle. Will get off the mark with a single.
pick your time.
Problem for Nepal losing Airi. Young Kushal Malla hasn't shown much yet, and it's a tall task from here for Nepal now.
How much of depth remains in the Nepal batting handle from here on? We know Sandeep Lamichhane as well can hit the long handle. But do you think they have the mettle to go out there and chase down this target?
It's going to be tough. That was an excellent catch. So well judged. Mark Adair doesn't drop catches. He's got huge hands. Held on to that one very well. McCarthy goes into the legs of Malla. Malla can hit a very big ball. He was outstanding in that triangular series against the Netherlands and Malaysia back in April. But he's kind of run out of form since then. He's found himself out of the team. He's very young. He's only 17 years of age. And Kamal Singh Airi is more of a bowler than a batter. It's a long tail for Nepal here.
One big over for Nepal will shift the momentum and balance in favour of the Nepal side. 38 and 20, still gettable.
Everyone nervous. Look at the backdrop. It's almost like a postcard, that, isn't it? Stunning sun coming across the ground. McCarthy looks for the wide Yorker. I think he's broken the bat there. Something's flown off the bat, but he's going to get 4. If that's the price that Kamal Singh Airi has had to pay, I think he'll take it. And McCarthy looked for the wide Yorker, but he missed his mark, and that's an important boundary.
Yes, he isn't raising his bat for a 50 there. He's calling for another one. That's because he just chipped the bottom while playing that shot. There you can see it flying off the toe end of the bat. But the good news for Nepal is they get a crucial 4 at a very important moment in the game.
Yeah, outside of that maximum that was hit off McCarthy in his second over, almost nothing's come off his bowling, so a crucial boundary there. Just one ball remains in his spell. Thuds into the pad, good aggression. It's been a very good spell from the Pembroke man who's been recalled to the team, and he's answered the call in a big way. 17 gone, it's 95 for 6.
Spinners. Yeah. Gex. Baz, go 45, Baz. Or Scrap 45. Good select.
Sender. Only change ball right over.
Mark Adair will bowl the 18th and the 20th over. He's been expensive at points at the death, Mikhail. Kaushif Dowd it was of the UAE who hit him for 23 off the over yesterday. The final over yesterday. If Nepal can do that, they'll probably find the win. Big swing and a miss to start with.
Intentions are very clear here for Kamal Irie. He's been sent with a plan and a job to do, and that's to get at least 20 quick runs in no time. But has panic set into the Nepal camp? That's the question. Straightforward full delivery, just playing the wrong line.
He's missed out. He has missed out. It's only just missed the leg stump somehow. Looking for the block hole. Adair over pitched, but Kamal Singh Irie couldn't make any contact.
That's what happens when you try to overhit the ball.
Slower ball. It was picked and Irie will get it down the ground. Kushal Malla, the left-hander, has to target the shorter boundary here on the leg side. He's got to get one, if not two, over the rope in this over, I feel.
Oh, yes. Quick reminder, our broadcasters in India's Eurosport, Pakistan, Jio, Super US and Next Level, Nepal, Himalaya TV, Middle East, Dubai Sports, India fan code, Nepal, YouTube, OSR Sports, and rest of the world, it's CricTracker on YouTube and My Sports Eye on Facebook.
You could say those with your eyes closed at this stage, couldn't you, Mikhail? Great to see this series broadcast all the way around the world. Thanks for all their support. It's going to be a wide outside the off stump, but there's serious tension, isn't there? Not just out on the pitch, but also somewhere we haven't brought you too much of. Up here in the commentary cam, you and I were out commentating in Kathmandu at the Everest Premier League. Which way is this game going, Mikhail?
Right, I don't know about the tension in the dugout, but there's a lot of tension on this man's mind as well at the moment. Andrew Leonard, it's a fight between heart and mind. Nepal versus Ireland, always a tough call, Nepal.
Don't know which way it's going to go. It's nervy times up here in the commentary box. I'd still rather be here than out in the field, I think. Hit into the offside, not out of the middle of the bat, so it'll be just a single. George Dockrell's very good as a sweeper in the deep. Where are the boundaries coming from?
With Malla batting on 8 and 14, does not look like the runs will come from there. Now it's a serious concern here. Pabudu Dasnaik knows things are slipping out of his hand. He'll be a worried man. This was very much in his grasp.
From a chase that they needed about a runner ball right from the off. They got off to a good start, remember, as well. 24 for none at one stage. They suddenly need 2 every ball. That required run rate is 12. And he's made no contact, a mix-up, and I don't think the backward point fielder will throw. Doesn't want to risk the overthrow. Good thinking cricket from Andy McBride, and good skills from Mark Adair with his slower ball again at the death.
Yes, slow off cutter. Short delivery, just hitting the shoulder. No run there, 30 or 14. This is getting difficult now for Nepal. They had the game in their hand. They came up with a splendid bowling effort. And in the field as well, they were impeccable. Just thrown it away with the bat.
He's hit him this time. This is the full pace bouncer. And Mark Adair is mixing it up brilliantly. And this longer tail that Nepal have, because of the extra bowling options they went with, is leaving these Nepali fans without any hope. 30 off 13. Can't see it happening now, can you?
Well, yes, at the moment it looks slightly difficult.
Just going to have the mandatory concussion check. I think Kamal Singh Irie is absolutely fine. He's smiling. And Vikram Nepani comes out and says, "Are you okay?" Goes through the protocols. Kamal Singh Irie indicates he is. It was more of a glancing blow, really. It wasn't a nasty one or too nasty a one. It's hit the grill, so he should be okay.
Oh yes, just hitting the visor, and the batsman is fine. Kamal Singh Irie is smiling, and that's enough indication that he's okay. For the moment, though, Nepal will need one big over, a miracle from here on, a magical innings.
They need a boundary here. If they can get a 4 or a 6, they will have that 19th over with the shorter leg side boundary to work with. Although Kushal Malla, 8 off 14, yet to hit a boundary. He's known for his big hitting. Hasn't been able to do it today. Picked up, and it's picked up. They've not just the boundary, they've got the maximum. Adair went full pace. Kamal Singh Irie, that blow to the visor hasn't affected him. And that 6 brings the 100 up, gives Nepal hope. We're going to be in for late drama. 2 to go. 104 for 6. Simi Singh it's going to be, and the game has come back into the balance. More late drama. What a shot this was from Kamal Singh Ari.
Look at the way he just picked it up, drifted down leg. He made that look so simple, and this ball didn't just crawl into the ropes. It just went in style and fashion. There was so much of timing on that. I'll make it simple for the Nepal cricket fans. 4 hits away from victory.
Kushal Malla will get a single. I don't think, maybe they'll try and come back for the second. They won't. I think that's a good idea. The reason for that, it's going to put the right-hander onto strike, hitting with a very strong prevailing wind to about a 55-yard boundary. Kamal Singh Ari, get outside the off stump, get it up to the academy balcony, hit it for 6.
And all of a sudden, a little bit of excitement added with some tension in the Nepal camp. Sandeep Lamichhane is in next. What's going through the captain's mind? Can he provide the finishing touches? He'll not want to go there. He'll want to go shake hands. As simple as that.
He hits a big ball though. Here's Kamal Singh Ari to Singh. It's the leg spinner. It takes it away from him. Clever bowling from Simi Singh. He's a thinking cricketer.
Oh yes, very smart bowling, and that too bowling it outside the off stump, anticipating that he may shuffle and try to play him towards mid-wicket.
Some turn on offer as well when Singh decided to go with the wrist spin option. 22 to win now of 10 deliveries, more than 2 a ball. 21 for that super overs. Mikhail, it's on. Kushal Malla gets it into the leg side. He hasn't got enough of it. And Barry McCarthy hangs on to a very good catch. He's had a good day. He says he didn't think he saw it. And Kushal Malla's stay at the crease has not been a good one. He's gone for 9. Advantage back to Ireland.
Well, more than Kushal Malla, stay in the crease. It's the struggle in the middle that comes to an end. Quicker this time. Just hurried on to him. Was not in position for that pull. And very good catch. Oh, almost dragged it down through his fingers. Nevertheless, he's taken a very good catch. Kushal failed to give the impetus. Walks for 9. It's 106 for 7.
Well done, Simi. Have the 3 here. If you think it's more likely, I'll hit you there, Sim. Yeah, it's up to you though. He's on square now. Just on.
The leg break again, hit high, handsome, and it's not going to have enough. Mark Adair doesn't drop catches. 2 wickets and 2 balls. Clever bowling from Simi Singh, utilising the ball, turning away from the shorter boundary. Kamal Singh Ari checking his chin. Maybe that blow's affected him. Surely Ireland are going to close out this victory now. They're 2 dismissals away.
It's all falling apart here for Nepal. Another leg spinner. Sensible, smart bowling. Didn't get the distance on this one. Kamal Singh Ari got a lot of height on it, and Mark Adair took a simple, straightforward catch. Another wicket falls, and Nepal is nowhere close to getting to the target as Kamal Singh Ari departs. He tried hard. He got some hits in the middle as well. He provided unlikely hope, but he walks back for 13. It's 106 for 8.
Sit it extra there on the ring. That's middle, right, sir? Middle.
Simi Singh is on a hat-trick. He's got 2 and 2. Can he find the wicket of the Nepali captain? Comes off an outside edge. It's not going to be the hat-trick, but just a single for Nepal. They need more than that. And with 7 deliveries remaining, they need 21.
Abhinash Bora walks into the middle. He's there. That's because 2 wickets have fallen in quick succession. First it was Kushal Malla. Didn't quite get the elevation on this one. Was nowhere in position. And then another big heave resulted in a catch as Mark Adair completed a simple one to make it 2 and 2 for Simi Singh as Nepal's woes continues in the back end of this game during this chase.
The leg break again towards Avanesh Bahara. He's going to have the strike. I think Lamachani would love to get back for a second, but he won't be able to. 6 balls left. Nepal are going to need 20 to win. 19 for that super over. It's 108 for 8.
Spinners, yeah. Come over.
20 to win from the final over. You have to remember, Mark Adair went for 23 off the final over yesterday. There is some hope for Nepal. Bahar on strike. And he's going to just pat the single. I think that's a tactic to get Lamachani on. He's very capable of hitting a big ball. It's usually towards long on or cow corner, but he's going to have to hit into the wind off Ireland's death specialist.
Just breaking it down further, 5 deliveries, 3 sixes come by, 18 runs. Then Andrew will be on his toes because it'll be a photo finish to this great quadrangular series.
I'm on my toes as it is. 3 men in the deep on the leg side, long on, deep mid-wicket, deep backward square leg. Here comes Adair. Lamachani looks towards deep backward square leg. I don't think he's got enough of it. And Adair, as he so often does, takes wickets at the death. And that's going to be that. Nepal were within touching distance, surely, of history. But barring something miraculous now, they're going to come up short. And their first ever win over a Test nation is going to have to wait.
Oh yes, this is more of an abject surrender. They're getting the toe end of the bat only to find the fielder in the deep. Get Kate with a simple, straightforward catch. Captain Lamachani has to depart. Had to go for glory at this stage. He goes for 1. It's 109 for 9.
Final man, Jitendra Mukhaya. He's at the non-striker's end. Adair is closing this out, and he's closing it out excellently. Some of the batting and the game management from Nepal, it hasn't been brilliant, Mikhail.
Oh yes, the shot selection to me I felt was a little bizarre and baffling. That's because they got into self-destruction mode after getting off to a good start. Safkar as well missing out today, was trapped in front. He can hit the big hits. We remember him scoring that big 6 in that last ball to get his team through. The Bhairava Gladiators in the EPL as well.
Another slower ball, and Mark Adair will breathe a heavy sigh of relief. Ireland are going to win this game now. And they'll win it reasonably comfortably. And Michael Caulfield, the sports psychologist, he might not be smiling right now, but I can tell you he's smiling inside. And there's a heavy breath of relief for the Irish fans as well.
All right. Is Andrew smiling inside as well? Because outside he's smiling a lot.
We've had 6 brilliant games of cricket. We're always smiling when we get to watch these leading associates and Irish, the Test nation, at their best. Good Yorker. He's mixed it up, hasn't he, a lot between the slower balls, the off-pace deliveries, and then the full-pace ones like that.
We've got to credit Ireland as well to come back into this game after being bowled out for a paltry 130-odd runs, Andrew. They've bowled well, and they've also taken their catches. Some glum faces here in the Nepal dugout. That's because they know that they had a great opportunity of creating history this evening at the Oman Cricket Academy. 18-1. The game is almost...
It's done.
Done, yes.
It is done, unfortunately, for Nepal, and that chance at history is gone. Mark Adair has been excellent, and no one in the Nepali lower order has shown any ability to get it towards the boundary. Questions for them ahead of the qualifier. Ireland won't finish top of the table. The UAE will win this series, but they will win today. They've taken this win by 17 runs. In the end, it looks pretty comfortable, but it was a very nervy second half, and they've only got there thanks to the excellence of their bowling unit, in particular Mark Adair, Barry McCarthy and Andrew McBride.
Oh yes, and the fielders as well. Back the bowlers taking all the catches. Ireland winning this fixture by 16 runs. And they put up a clinical performance. Missed out with the bat though, a little off colour. But the bowlers really stood up to the challenge and defended a very low score in a high-octane, tense encounter.
On the plus side for Ireland, that is the perfect run out ahead of what is going to be an incredibly tough qualifier. 8 teams, 2 places on offer to go down to the big dance, the T20 World Cup in 2022. And for Nepal, they've got questions to answer. Not their bowling and their fielding, but their batting. Where are the runs coming from?
Oh yes, the top order looked good, just that they failed to convert the starts. The middle order does have a few questions, and some concerns need to be addressed in that dugout and dressing room by the coach and captain Prabhudu Dasnaike. Pleasantries being exchanged. It's been a very great spectacle, this quadrangular series from the Oman Cricket Academy.
A very relieved Irish captain as well, Andrew Balbirnie, walking off. Every time you take the pitch against an associate, as Ireland are now a full member nation, there's the potential of an upset, the potential of a banana skin, and the potential of a lot of headlines saying Ireland lose to Nepal for the first time in their history. Good innings from George Dockrell late in the day, all the way down at number 8. He top scored. I'll tell you something, Michael, I have absolutely no idea who they're going to pick for the player of the match, because there's probably 6 or 7 contenders. Mark Adair, Barry McCarthy, Andy McBride into the team maybe as well, George Dockrell with the bat. And of course Dipender Singh Airi was brilliant for Nepal in his losing effort. He top scored for them, but outside of his 28 and the 23 and 15 from the 2 openers, not a lot to cheer.
Only 4 batsmen going into double figures over here. That's been the problem in this chase, and nobody really converted those starts into big scores or sizable totals. In the end, they finished on 1-1-1 for 9, falling short by 17 runs. The batting needs to come good. They need to bank as a cohesive unit, and that's where the problem has remained.
9 wickets shared around between all 5 bowlers. Singh was expensive at first, but he came back really well in that 19th over. Used his leg break very effectively against the right-handers. And for me, the pick of the bowlers have to be the 2 men who came into the side, Barry McCarthy and Andrew McBride. McCarthy bowling that maiden that helped begin the fight back for Ireland before dismissing Kushal Bertel. And Andrew McBride's off breaks proving just as effective in this shorter format as they did out in the Caribbean. But for Nepal, it was also sweet at the start.
Oh yes, Kushal Bertel was so elegant, so good on the eyes. So much of time he had in the middle to play his shots. And he kept controlling the innings to begin with. And just when it looked like they were going well, he played an absolute brain-fade shot. Lokesh Baum then played some attractive hits over the ropes as well, and was in control as the top order was looking to chase it down just before he perished as well.
But look at all these dismissals, so many of them picking out the man in the deep who's there for that exact dismissal. And the problem is, every single one of those wickets that fell, they ended up being very costly. Sharad Vasaker was trapped. That big hit from Irie over the leg side, or the offside, gave them some hope, and if that one had gone for 6, maybe Nepal could have got there. But Mark Adair out at long on is very good indeed. Barry McCarthy took a good catch low to his left before Simi Singh got that leg break out to great effect.
Oh yes, Nepal missed the trick over here. In the end, it was all about just throwing their bats at everything to get to the target over there. Sandeep Lamichhane as well departing, and by the end of it they fell short by 17 runs. A fair confirmation of the match summary that took place. Batting first, George Dockrell was the highest run scorer for Ireland in a low scoring game where they managed 127 in 20 overs. Balbirnie began well but then lost his wicket. Irie 4 for 21 with 2 run-outs and a catches, was a star in the field, and with the ball Avinash Borak chipping in as always.
Amazing to think not a single batter went past that 28 run mark. It was a scrappy, dramatic affair. Nepal came within touching distance of that historic first ever victory against a full member nation of the ICC, but unfortunately it wasn't to be for them today. Ireland closed it out. They used all their experience. Congratulations to them. They'll take 2 wins from 3. The UAE will win this quadrangular series, but stay with us. We'll have the post-match presentation and much more after this. Well, what a brilliant week of cricket we've had. 6 T20 international matches and the series right in the balance all the way down to the conclusion of this 6th and final match. Nepal, they sniffed the scent of history, the chance for their first ever win over a full member nation of the ICC in any format. But unfortunately, they came up just 16 runs short. Ireland, really impressive with the ball and in the field to close things out. The excellence of Adair, McCarthy and Singh in particular was very good. Let's get down to the post-match presentation.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for one last time right here at the Oman Cricket Academy in Al Emirat in Muscat. Well, this is the Wolf 777 News presents Oman T20 series powered by Sky247.net. The last game of the quadrangular, Ireland versus Nepal. Ireland right at the end, inching away and winning this game by 16 runs. And in the presentation party, I would like to invite Mr. Iqbal Ariwala. Mr. Ariwala, please, if you could come in and join us. He is the Administration and International Cricket Manager, Mr. Ariwala from Oman Cricket. First up, I would like to invite Sandeep Lamichhane, the skipper of Nepal Cricket. Sandeep, commiserations, hard luck today. You were so close, but what went wrong today if you could look back?
I think with the batting, we actually in between, the middle overs were so crucial, and we should give credit to the Ireland bowlers as well, the way they actually, showed their faith and came back strongly.
Today we were looking forward to the 14th Feb restructuration, literally redoing the whole thing again, all over again on 14th Feb, but didn't really happen, didn't really go your way.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there were a lot of things to learn from this game as well. We should not be giving up, moving forward now. And, hats off to Dipendra Singh Area again, the way he was bowling and batting as well. We should learn from him as well, how to bat on the situations as well. So, moving forward, definitely, there's a lot of tasks for us to, complete and just waiting for the tournament ahead.
Well, thank you so much, Sandeep. You've done all of us really proud back in home in Nepal. Everyone is looking forward to a lot more. Go well and give us a great game set in the qualifiers.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sandeep. Next up, I would like to invite the man of the match. This person, not from the winning side, picked up 4 wickets in 4 overs, giving away just 21 runs, and also scored 28 runs of 30 balls, including 1-4 and 1-6. Dipendra Singh Ahire. Dipendra, could you please collect your man of the match trophy? Looking for a few pictures. There are lots of camera people shuttering through for Dipendra. He's a star, I tell you, he's a star. Okay, Dipendra, come in. Let's have a chat. Sandeep, first say congratulations. Amazing performance. A lot is expected of you. How do you take care of this expectation?
बधाई छ अनि एकदम कङ्ग्रेचुलेसन अनि कसरी यो सबै कुराहरुलाई केयर गर्छौ तिमी
त्यही हो प्र्याक्टिस म जसरी गरिरहेछु घरतिर त्यही अनुसारले यहाँ पनि खेलिरहेछु त्यही आफ्नो शटहरुमा बिलिभ गरिरहेछु त्यही नै
Yeah, the way he has practiced back home, he is playing on the same way and believing in himself.
One question I want to ask him: does he love bowling more or batting?
Batting मन पर्छ कि bowling धेरै
Batting.
All right, we got that answer. we got that answer. Well done, Dipendra. Please keep entertaining us. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sandeep. All right, lastly, I would like to invite Andy Balbirnie from Ireland. Andy, congratulations. Great game. The first half, the batting didn't really fire up. 127 wasn't a great score on this wicket. Did you guys think about the same thing, that, we're probably about 20 odd runs short?
Yeah, at least 20. I thought we batted really poorly. Probably our worst batting display in the competition. On a good wicket, we weren't too disappointed batting first either. So we need to have a look at ourselves before the tournament starts. But the fight we showed with the ball and in the field against a good Nepal team is really a good confidence booster for us.
2 changes today, and both of them coming out really well. McBride and McCarthy. A word on both of these guys.
Yeah, they played brilliantly. Andy McBride's just off the plane, and Barry McCarthy's probably not played as much cricket as he'd like to, but that's what we want to build in the squad. We want to build a competitive squad so that if someone misses out, someone comes in, and it's not easy for the other guy to come back in. So it's a really healthy situation to be in. We'll have to have a tough selection meeting come the first game, but it's a good thing to have.
So now, when you look back at this series, you played 3 really worthy opponents, all 3 of them in the block for the qualifiers. What is your takeaway from this series?
The takeaway is that it's real competitive cricket, and we knew that. There are 4 really good teams and only 2 spots going next week with some other good teams around in this competition. So we're going to have to be at our best, and when we're not at our best, we're going to have to fight like we did today. But yeah, we're really excited about the challenge ahead.
Well, thank you so much, Andy, for entertaining us. Please go well, rest up well, and prepare yourself well for the qualifiers.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, now this is where it all draws curtains at. Right, we've had a fantastic week right here at the Oman Cricket Academy. 4 worthy opponents fighting it out for that top spot, and finally UAE maintain their right up there. Now, we have had a great season, but then it just begins here, because these 4 teams and another 4 teams go on to fight for those 2 spots for the big dance in Australia. The ICC Men's T20 World Cup qualifiers start right here at the Oman Cricket Academy this Friday. Only 2 teams, as I say, will qualify for the big day. Now, which 2 teams? Well, you got to stay here and keep yourself entertained and watch some really good cricket coming out of this home of cricket in Oman. From everyone over here at Oman Cricket Academy and ITW, we say good night, God bless. We'll see you around sometime soon.